Uno.
Beans and Rice podcast audience members, thank you for joining us yet again. It is April 5th. We are out of the month of March. Wow. Women's Month arrived and left just as quickly.
Eradicated Women's Month, finally, you know what I mean?
Yes. And we feel liberated.
Yep.
Not us 2 or 3, but us as a people of the US of A. I mean, maybe you don't identify as being more liberated. But
we still got into our motherly touch, you know?
We did. We got in touch with Mother Nature, which we live on Mother Nature, aka Earth. That completely dismantles the theory of toxic masculinity.
Yeah, we live on a woman. Come on, guys.
Mother Nature.
You freaking idiots, you know?
That being said, this little bundle of joy, Jed the Gemini.
The Gemini, you got Jeb, huh?
Jeb the Gemini. Shouts out to Alice. She's a Gemini, so she's not here today, unfortunately. We got to represent the Gemini community.
Big Gemini energy, you know? The remix. It's a remix!
And of course, it is I, the Butter Pecan
Puerto Rican
host. Next to me, as always, we have the Zen Master,
the Peaceful Protester, Jimmy Tatsumaki. Okay, and then next to Jimmy,
we have
my caretaker.
The caretaker of Hosbifi,
you know?
Filomeno El
Jíbaro. You know? And then below both of them, you know what I mean? It's starting to get a little cold, a couple of shivers. You know, if people are in the chat misbehaving, who's going to control them, hosts?
Larry the Winter Soldier.
The Winter Soldier, okay?
Yep.
And then it's me, your boy is back. You know what I mean? The transition therapy has been going well. You know, I'm feeling a little bit weird right now.
The return to innocence.
Hosbifi, the cheerful one.
666.
And next to me, I got another queen. As you saw, host, he's got one of the Geminis. I got the other Gemini, Jen, the Gemini. And next to Jen, you know what I mean? Who do we have, Hobby? Next to Jen?
Oh, next to Jen? It's let's talk about it. It's Sex Machina.
Sex Machina.
The prototype.
You know what I mean? The prototype.
Right here.
The prototype, Sex Machina.
We fixed a lot of bugs. It is more
it's more moist.
Third-party tester, okay? We're not testing Sex Machina.
It's more moist in there.
Alexa's been getting mad at her. You know what I mean?
Couple refugees wanted to test it out. We let them for a small fee. They paid us to use it, not the other way around.
But next to Sex Machina, you know what I mean?
Yep.
The Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz. Omega from the bodega. Mr. J48 himself.
Hobby.
Viva Cristo Rey, guys. Let's go.
Cristo.
El Rey Cristo. You know what I mean?
But, you know, what a lovely month March was it not?
Oh, yeah, I think so. It went by kind of fast, you know?
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff no one likes in March. St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah.
The Shamrock Shake from McDonald's. Who drinks that? Come on. That's
what
disgusting.
else people don't like for March? The, what is it? The thing you see the shadow, the prairie, though. Come on, you freaking idiots. Nobody likes that, you know?
Irish people.
Oh, daylight savings? Come on, dude. Come on, March, you know?
Leprechauns.
They banned it, dude. That's how much they hate it, you know?
Yeah. There's a federal law that it banned.
Yeah, the freaking, the government can't even, you know, pass a different law. You know, everybody's, the crisis at the border. Oh, you know, lower the taxes, legalize marijuana.
Sanctions. Nope.
You know what I mean?
Get rid of daylight savings.
Help Ukraine. Hell no. Get rid of Putin? That didn't happen. You know what I mean?
No.
But how fast? They can't get rid of Putin, but they can get rid of daylight. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
They have the power over nature.
Yeah.
But not over a Russian.
Bro. And what else happened, you think, in March?
I don't know. What do people hate in March, Hobby?
Spring break? I don't know.
Spring break? Huh?
Yeah, no one likes
start
spring
of it?
break.
Come on.
Just a bunch of college kids and, elementary kids? Or K through 12.
College and college.
Yeah, college and K through
I think
12.
all the kids.
And they're all
spring
privileged. The college spring breakers? Come on, dude. Did you ever get a real spring break?
Never.
As minorities?
Hell no.
Huh?
Dude, spring break just meant cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it was, huh?
Yeah.
Damn, I hated that, dude.
As minorities, we can't go back to Mexico to party. We have to stay here and clean.
You had to learn how to clean even better back then.
Yeah, you guys fled Mexico. These fucks are going there for vacation.
And we're watching their fucking houses. You know what I mean? Fuck, spring break, dude. You never did spring break, huh?
No.
Your parents never said, "Oh, it's spring break. You know, here's $10." Nothing like that.
No, never. Why would they say
Here,
that?
go splurge. You know, they never send you to
No.
McDonald's to
No,
get
they
your
would wake me
camera.
up like, okay, cool. It's time to wipe down the walls. Let's,
Fucking little
pasar el
boozy, huh?
mapo, yeah.
Cause I'm on.
Wipe me down.
Set it off, you know? My mom loved to set me off by waking me up early in the morning to wipe it down.
Hell, dude. Next thing you know, he's hating on Sire Wade. You know what I mean? He can't stand the Wades. And I would have been mad if it was last month, okay?
Hey,
but now, you're free to hate them, okay?
In the words of the greatest basketball player ever, fuck them kids.
But yeah, what day was it again, Hoss?
March? April
5th,
Yeah.
okay? What you know?
Abril.
And then we did do some stuff this, was it this weekend? Or when was it?
It was this weekend.
You know? This weekend already?
Yeah.
It feels like it was so long ago, you know what I mean?
It does feel like it was a while, but it was 4 days ago.
I think so. We got the Scarlet Letter. You know what I mean?
Scarlet Letter.
And what letters are Scarlet Letters for these idiots that like Will Wonder that don't know what a Scarlet Letter is?
It's basically when you're at your house and you see a flock of owls just flying over your household, casting a shadow, even though it's middle of the day. And all of a sudden you feel the house rumbling. And through the fireplace or heater vents, if you don't have a fireplace, out pops a letter. And it's like Hogwarts if you've ever seen Harry Potter, but it's the Scarlet Letter.
Mm-hmm. And we got one of those, you know?
Yep.
Because we were going to go to a concert, and what happened, Huss? You think you should tell him what happened, you know?
I don't know. Should I tell him?
You think you should tell him, Hobby?
I think it's a good enough story to tell.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, you know?
So, was it, should we tell him who invited us to?
Who invited us? You can tell him, I think
can
so.
tell him. Glauco invited us. He invited us to go to the loading dock.
He thought we were going to work, you know? Come on,
Yeah.
Glauco. He's fucking Puerto Rican, you freaking idiot. Come on,
with a
man,
bum
piece of
shoulder.
shit.
You think I'm going to be working? We love unemployment.
We're not loading, we're docking, okay?
And not that kind, you fucking
Yeah,
perverts.
come on, we're not LDS. You think we're just going to dock it, huh? We freaking dock it and what is it, cock it, you know what I mean?
Well, docking, I believe, is for gay guys, but it's not what you think it is.
Stop
That was last
ducking
month,
around and
guys.
be a man.
I was doing a lot of docking, you know what I mean?
Not as a woman.
Loading it in my dock. Dock.
That Mack truck, okay? So we go to the loading dock, which is the place of the venue, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
We pull up first, this grungy-looking dude. Hey,
What were we wearing, first of all? Were we dressed up like beauties or what?
dude, we were fucking macking
You
it,
know?
okay?
Hollis Winter looking like Black Thought, you know what I mean? Like he was from Philly, you know? He had the cool little hat, you know?
Yeah. And then you looked maybe like a conscious, maybe Portland type rapper, right?
Yeah. I was wearing Armando Armani Exchange, you know?
Just a unique one-of-one t-shirt or a sweater.
This one.
With shorts in colder weather, some socks, and
But it was warm when we got there a little bit.
It was warm when we got there, for sure.
Yeah.
Then he was letting his hair out, right?
Yeah.
Like the Christ, the Passion of the Christ. And so we pull up, and he's like, "Yo, what's your name?" And I go, "Hoss." And he goes, "All right, bro. The other artists aren't here yet, but if you want to go to the back room, we got a couple drinks for you guys. You guys can get your little
Your
his
sippy
words,
sippy.
your sippy on." I don't know where he thought he got that from. I was like,
Mississippi, come on, he was white.
dude, is R. Kelly gonna perform here? Why are you saying sippy like the sippy cups are around? But we're like, okay, and we just played it off. We're like, whatever, no big deal.
He marked our hand with a scarlet letter.
But out comes another dude, you know. He looks like he's kind of blazed a couple times.
Oh yeah.
That already
Just blaze, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But he was white.
He walks out and he goes, "Let me see your guys' hand." Like, just his eyes are like wide shut. Writes an A on our hand, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "What the fuck is
Thought
this?"
it was Pretty Little Liars, you know? It's like, or the Avengers. I'm like, what the fuck's going on, dude?
Yeah. Jose's like, "What is this, for the Avengers?" The other guy's like, "No, it's for assholes. But it's for artists. We got in for free." We didn't question it. We went back to the sippy room, and we just chilled there. Met a couple of the artists. They were really cool. It was really fun. Very small group of people. Probably less than 20, I would say. But they had a good time. I had a good time.
It was fun. I was scared at first because, you know, we just, you know, we did our role play because you guys know we're top of the line actors. You know what I mean?
Great actors.
You know?
Shout out to
Shout
Santos.
okay? You know, so we're great actors. So
You
we
guys
go in
should
the
have been
back.
slapping Chris.
So we knew about acting, but once we're in the back,
I'm posted up against the wall. Jose's chilling on the couch, acting like nothing's going on.
but then we don't know how to address other rappers. You know what I mean? Because as top rappers, we're not going to address the people beneath us. Do you think we're going to address Glauco and Lalo Lucas?
Openers? Why?
The fucking scum of the earth? You know what I mean? We were there. We were not looking at them. We were looking
through them.
Okay, everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We were watching The Throne. Is what we're trying to say.
We had no sixth sense. I'm not gonna fucking see you.
You know. So that's the thing that was weird. We didn't know how to talk to the artists. You know, but some of them were nice. You know.
Yeah, they were.
One of these guys, Nino Rich. Was he rich, Hans?
He was rich in spirit. Let's say that.
You know what I mean?
Just lacked a couple chains, but
He pulled
so
up in a freaking Chevy Cavalier. I was like, dude, who even has these anymore?
And it said rebuilt on the front bumper.
A Chevy Cavalier? Dude, when was the last time you saw a Chevy Cavalier, Javi?
Dude, that must have been like junior high.
It was one of the players in Cleveland, okay? His name was Chevy.
Dude, what the fuck happened to those cars? Remember how popular they were?
Dude, they lasted a while too if you got like the not the automatic, the standard engine, the stick shift, yeah.
They got him in Puerto Rico?
In Puerto Rico. Shout out to Ponce, Puerto Rico.
Porque de las bombas.
Yep.
They have them over there? Yeah?
My brother actually had a Cavalier. I almost said a Cleveland Cavalier, but he had a Chevy Cavalier.
Who knows? Maybe it was made in Cleveland.
He sold it to his manager's son, and it had like 160K, and he still has it. I think it has like 230K on it.
Yeah, and that's Nino
And it's
Rich.
still
You know, he
working.
pulled up to the... pulled up to the con to
That's
me.
that Patriot gang.
I mean,
Is it Patriot Gang? The Chevy Cavalier? Come on, man. You know, it's kind of, but it's maybe like what
It's
it's like.
the Revolution.
where are they made?
It's
There are
like a
some
Patriot
assembled.
Reserve Gang. You know what I mean?
It's
The
an
National
ambassador.
Guard.
The National Guard. You know.
I was thinking of the other. I can't think of the other words. So ambassador, National Guard. We'll go with National Guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because what the fuck's a Chevy Cavalier gonna do? You know. Against a Dodge Neon, who do you think's gonna win? Hoss?
Dude, the neon, all day, every day.
The Neon Icon, fucking Riff Raff pulls up on that. That was his first car. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I mean, you don't see the neon anymore, but that's because it did its job in eradicating the Cavalier.
And then they retired it.
Yeah, they
It's
retired
in the what is this? The American Museum of National Arts or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, the last one.
The neon said, "Lord, forgive them not, for they know not what they do," or "Forgive them, for they know not what they do."
Hey, Javi, didn't you want a Dodge Neon once?
Hell no. What the hell?
So you got a Fiat instead.
I already got 2 eggs. Why would I
You got
need
a
a
Dodge
third?
Stratus.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
one of the worst cars.
The worst car. Fuck that car.
Stratus, come on. Dude.
That and the Intrepid are like the two shittiest cars you could get.
It's
and
what
they're
I
the
get-
same car.
Hey, inflation was real back then
He got
too,
the
you know?
Stratus. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, it's named after a woman wrestler.
Oh, no.
You
It
know
was-
what I mean?
Trish
Come on,
Stratus.
dude.
Hey, I thought she would come with the car, you know?
Oh, I would buy that car if she did.
If she
Yeah.
did, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those freaking front bumpers, how good were they looking? Hoss?
Well, really nice. And now she's got 2 gummy bumpers, you know, in her oral orifices.
Oh yeah, man. Shout out. She was
She's old.
She was super hot, huh?
She was fine.
You remember Trish Stratus, Javi?
Like one of the
Barely.
few blondes I was actually into.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's probably the first blonde I ever seen. And Pamela Anderson, you know?
Yep. Oh yeah, I forget about Pam.
Yeah, whatever happened to her,
Baywatch.
you know?
Tommy Lee fucked her, and now they have a documentary about it.
Yeah. Borat tried to kidnap her, remember?
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
But yeah, we went to the loading dock, you know?
Yeah. Back to the story. We went to the loading dock. We saw them all perform. Met a couple cool people, and shout out to Nino Rich, cool guy. I don't know. That's it.
And this other guy, Blue, remember he was there?
Oh yeah, Blue was hyping him up. Blue knew like every song.
We were trying to figure out what's up with that guy, you know what I mean? We saw him.
He was like out of his mind.
Yeah, literally, you know?
Like it looked like he had.
We
done...
were looking for his what is it? You know, they come with the animal, whatever. The like the dogs, they got
the
their
handler.
Is that what it's called?
I
You know,
mean,
they come
the
with their
person
animal,
with
their
them?
service animal. You know?
Oh,
We thought it's lost his fucking service animal. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
he was looking for it.
Yeah. Did he find him? Let us know, okay?
Well, he got on stage. It was good. It was a really fun show. Then we went to Purgatory. Shout out to Glock and Lalo. We chilled with them the rest of the evening.
Oh, and one thing that you guys will see on the comments, because we're trying to do the BnR Corner, right? Well, we are doing the BnR Corner, but the BnR Corner account's going to comment in there. I'm trying to link it to the account, but it's so brand new, it's not pulling up. But it'll be a comment in there that'll show the BnR Corner. There's going to be an episode there.
Yep.
When do you think? So maybe on the Lord's Day, you think?
On the Sabbath, right? We're all resting. We want something relaxing to do or listen to, and we'll be dropping the episode on Sunday, this coming Sunday.
So BnR first episode? Patent pending. Sunday. Okay, Javi?
Yes, sir.
I almost said myth busted, but I know that's one it wasn't.
Myth
so-
busted.
So can we do it again?
Yeah, of course.
What was it again? What did it
There's
say?
a BnR Corner episode on the Day of the Lord on this coming Sunday.
Patent
pending.
pending.
There we
Okay.
go. Thank you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so it'll be there. You guys can subscribe. You know what I mean? And we'll drop that. The audio, we'll drop it on the regular Beans and Rice audio. Okay.
Yeah, this one's audio only. Some of them will be video with audio, of course, and then others will be just audio. And maybe we'll do just video, no audio. Who knows?
You know what I mean? That way you guys can read it in
Just
Braille.
have captions like the first movies ever.
Oh, that would be cool, huh?
Yeah, just a little background music.
Yeah.
Dang, Hobby.
Look
Damn,
at Hobby
dude.
being
Look at
revolutionary.
Hobby, huh?
You've been spending some time with Armando, I can
Fucking
tell.
immortal technique over
Fuck
there.
Armando,
you know?
dude. Since he didn't want to take a picture with me, dude, I'm so heated right
You're
now.
absolutely right. Fuck
You know.
Armando.
Yeah.
No, he's, maybe he was litigating a lot. You know what I mean?
Perhaps.
He was helping me with my sex change because, dude, I did a sex change, driver's license. Now I got to get it all back to mail. You know how much of a hassle that's been?
You just
maybe
got
he
your
was
new
just
one.
He was stressed out, last month. So
My passport, everything. You know what I mean? Because I tried to use my passport to go to Puerto Rico. What did they tell me, Hoss?
So you get the fuck out of here.
They didn't want me a Parque de las Bombas. You know?
You're like, you are a bomba, okay? Get out of here.
So yeah, they didn't let me. But maybe now that I'm back to being a man,
I think they might let you pass.
they might let me. But one thing that you think Javi can let us do,
Let us know what the holidays are, Javi.
I was gonna say I give you permission to go to Puerto Rico. What do
well, Javi, I don't need your permission. Okay, you need my permission. Come on, dude.
Let's see. The first one is National Library Workers.
Hey, we talked about what was it? Silent workers, or what was it again a while ago?
Social workers. Antisocial workers.
Antisocial workers.
And we had mentioned librarians.
Librarians. You know what I
Yes.
mean? The forgotten heroes.
Dude, they don't even want people to talk, though. It's all reading.
So
They're descendants of Helen Keller. That's what happens. Libraries didn't exist before Helen Keller. So obviously someone who couldn't see, who couldn't talk and hear, communicating by hand, how else are they going to communicate? She had to write shit down. All of a sudden, these collective books and booklets and pamphlets and brochures and all other forms and types of materials, and all other forgotten written materials. Okay? They collected them, put them on shelves for easy access. Dewey Decimal System. Dewey was Helen Keller's best friend.
and Decimal, she couldn't hear any. Okay.
No. She could barely write. But either way, they went ahead and stacked them all together. They made it kind of efficient for people to be able to communicate effectively with Helen Keller. And now we have the heroes, local heroes, known as
Librarians.
Dewey Decimals.
No, come on, Javi. Come on.
You don't know a Dewey Decimal, but you know a librarian.
Yeah. But dude, did
That
you
was
ever...
the first librarian, dude. That's I was trying to
He was
research.
the first librarian? Is that what he's saying?
Dewey Decimal, the
Dewey
first
Decimal was
librarian.
the first librarian.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think so, Us?
I don't know. It could have been Decimal, but she was a
Yeah.
woman, and back then they didn't have that many rights.
Because what did you ever spend time in the library, host? You went when you were a kid?
I loved the library when I was a kid.
Because your parents, when you were a minority, they don't let you go anywhere. But I'm gonna go learn. I'm gonna go to the library.
Yeah, they loved it because they're like, oh, vas a ser un doctor, vas a ser un arquitecto.
Yeah. Little do you know, you're going to the adult section. You know what I mean?
You go find the those psychology books on sex.
The anatomy books.
Yeah,
And maybe
couple
host can tell
National
us.
Geographics.
Maybe host can tell us. You're growing up. You got a lot of hormones in your body. What is that called when you pull a certain medical book, Dr. Host?
Do you mind holding Jeb
Jeb?
for me? It's just a bit of a handful when I need to pull out the medical booklet. Mosby's Medical Dictionary, if you must be reminded. What is he wanted me to tell them?
So, we're growing, we're hitting puberty, and, we're going into the adult section, and what's going on with our body when we go to the adult section in the library.
It's intestinal absorption is what is occurring. It happens when you go through puberty. So, intestinal absorption. Make sure you guys can hear me correctly and that I can see the book. The passage of the products of digestion from lumen of the small intestine into the blood and lymphatic vessels in the wall of the gut. The surface area of the intestine is greatly increased by the presence of finger-like, you get it, finger-like, projections called villi, which each of them contains capillaries and lymphatic vessel or lacteal. Most dissolved nutrients pass quickly into the capillary bed for transport through the portal circulation to the liver. Lipids enter the lymphatic channels, which eventually rejoin venous circulation at the thoracic duct in the neck. So what happens, especially to young boys, we get the Adam's apple, thoracic in the neck as we go through puberty. And you get those chemicals, puberty hits, boners pop up. Now you find yourself in the National Geographic section looking at these poor and impoverished nations.
These Kenyan tits, okay? Come on, dude. The Celtic woman tits, They got me selling away,
These
Come
Enyas,
sail
okay?
away.
Yeah.
Come sail away.
Because that's what happens.
So I appreciate it, Dr.
So
Host,
you can't blame young boys. I mean, young boys are disgusting creatures at times. Let's get that right. But there is science proving why they are so disgusting.
Did you ever steal any hot pictures from the library host? Any Kente Matumbos, nothing like that?
No,
Any
I just
hentes?
had to have a good memory,
Yeah.
Like I always wanted a photographic memory, but never had one.
Oh, Cam Jensen, do you ever read those books?
Nope.
What about you, Javi?
No. Books? What?
You don't read Javi? So did you ever try to draw off your memory? You try to draw a couple of tits. Remember that?
I actually never, maybe in shirts, some big boobs, but I actually never tried drawing them nude.
You never try to draw?
No, because remember, I liked drawing as a kid, so like I always liked drawing cool stuff, like a transformer.
No, tits weren't cool, you fucking idiots.
Not when you're 4.
Well, no, when we're in the library, you can't have a library car when you're Ford.
Okay, well,
Ford.
no.
When you're adults, you can.
No, I'm saying,
Gran
because
Torino.
I like drawing as a kid, like that never really crossed my mind. I thought that was like maybe invasive to the art, even though funny enough, the greatest art pieces tend to have naked people in them.
Because I remember one time I was drawing a lamp, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it got a little curvy, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Next thing I know, I got a boner, you know what I mean?
You have Coke bottle. You drew a Coke bottle, not a lamp.
I start going like this. It's got 2 tits, a lamp, you know what I mean? Next thing I know, I got Elmer School all over. I think I'm doing now I'm doing a collage,
Next, you're using whiteout. Naturally made.
I go like this, What happened, host?
It dissolved.
Exactly, just went right into my hands, because it was semen. It wasn't Elmer's, okay?
Yep.
What about you, Javi? Did you ever,
Intestinal absorption is what happened after that. Entered his bloodstream.
I stuck
went
it in
to
my
the
butt?
intestine, Yeah.
Those finger-like receptacles.
Yeah, called villi.
Villi.
So what about you? Have you ever drew a naked chick? Nothing like that? Ever, you ever look at the Guinness World of Records, the biggest tits, huh? Maybe you looked at that, Javi?
I did look at that one.
The biggest tits?
Yeah.
And it was like both pages, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
One tit on one page, one tit on the other
It was
page.
half the book.
No, I never looked at those kind of books.
So did you ever go to the library or no?
I did, only because we couldn't afford a printer, so we have to go there and get on the computer and print stuff for
I forget
projects.
that you had to
Dragon
print
Ball
that
Z
shit. I hated
pictures.
that. Yeah.
You don't remember? That's what I would do. I'm gonna go learn. I come back with, you know what I mean?
Pictures.
Couple Friesas, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Couple trunks.
New homemade posters.
Yeah.
Cell.
Oh yeah, dude.
Majin
I'm
Buu.
gonna do a report on Cell. I would tell my mom, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Next thing I know,
Little did she know it was.
all the different cells, and that's what would happen. And then you could print for free. Remember back then?
Yeah, and then they
Yeah.
started charging like 7 cents
Yeah.
per page.
It was like 10 cents, I think.
Oh.
I couldn't afford that anymore. Have to print out a 5-10 page paper. Fuck that.
And now you go to fucking Kinko's. How much they charge you for one page, Huss?
$1.50.
Fucking inflation.
God. And people were worried about gas prices.
Yeah, they try to print a piece of fucking paper, you idiot. You know what I mean? You guys are throwing away your bulk mail. Guess what I'm doing? I'm keeping it. Okay. How much money do I have worth in bulk mail? Host, tell them.
Just a little over $1,700.
Okay.
And you guys believe in recycling? Dude, it's a fucking fraud scheme that they got going on. Don't recycle. Hold on to those papers.
They get so rich. You know what I mean?
They do.
Javi, he had us. Actually, this weekend we helped Javi move, and he had this fucking drawer cabinet thing, dude. It must have been like 300 pounds, bro. You think Javi was gonna help him move it?
Absolutely
That
not.
fucking bum ass knee. You know what I
Not
mean?
with my bum knee. Hell no.
He kept texting me WYA, bro. You know what I mean?
Where you at?
Yeah, kept calling me. I was like, bro, it's not Monday. It's not Tuesday. It's not Wednesday. It's a weekend.
And you
know?
work for me.
It's
Yeah.
the freaking weekend, bro. That's
So I
what
had
he
to show
that's what he
up.
told me.
And I had to, me and my other brother Gabe, we had to do all the lifting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to Gabe.
And he said, I said, hey, Javi, can we take the drawers out? Oh no, because I got paper in there. Is what he said.
Yeah.
Too valuable.
It was kind of. It's like a vault.
So that's why. Now I understand what hobby meant. You know what I mean?
It was humidity controlled. It's like a.
It really is, because it's half of it was wine bottles in there, and the other half was all paper, baby.
You had wine bottles in there?
Yeah.
No wonder that shit. Dude, it was so fucking heavy. Dude, it left like fucking creases in my hand from lifting it up. My hand was all purple. And
The
shit,
circulation to his hand was like no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would think he was.
And he said he only had paper. He didn't even want to sing in there. He's like, oh, don't
I was
open
like, don't open it. No, 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 no.
Yeah, he wouldn't even let us, you know?
What a dick.
Bunch of
shit.
winos over here.
God, dude. But that's it for libraries, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was cool. Libraries were cool, you know?
Yeah, I kind of want to go back because I mean, there. Have you seen the buildings? Like the new libraries?
How
There's
cool
the
they are?
downtown
Dude,
one.
I've never been to the one downtown.
The downtown
have
one
I.
is cool, but everyone, at least the
We'll do a
library,
BnR corner.
the
You think you can take me
librarians.
to the library house?
We'll do the BnR
If
corner.
I
at
ask
the
nice,
downtown.
you think you'll take me?
If you ask nicely, yeah, maybe.
And maybe you can take me to Papito Mo's after?
Yeah, we can do that.
Dang.
Even though they're very
Can I go? Can I go?
far
Can I go?
separate. Yeah, you can.
Hobby can come, you think
If you
so?
can read us a page out of the Harry Potter book.
Is it the
Goblet of
title?
Fire, okay?
I could read the title.
Or the Chamber of Secrets. You know?
The title page.
Yeah, you can read the title page without the pictures, though.
Oh
'Cause
fuck!
You'll be like, I know this one.
Lord Farquaad.
Pick number 3.
Number 3, my lord.
What's the next holiday hobby?
Shout out to Librarian Show. Some
Shout out
of
to
those
Librarians.
ladies are hot.
National Deep Dish Pizza Day.
Ooh.
A good deep dish pizza.
Deep dish.
Dude, I like pretty much almost any style of pizza.
Pan pizza.
I
Thin
can't-
crust pizza. Brooklyn style. Sorry, go ahead, Avi.
Sorry, I don't like. You guys are gonna have to point it out. I don't think I've ever had a true, authentic-ish deep dish here.
What's
in
your
Utah.
favorite style of pizza?
The
It
Detroit.
doesn't matter what your favorite style
of
of pizza is, Avi.
I'm not saying any is my favorite. I need to be pointed in the right direction to get some good deep dish. You
We
know.
used to have one. It was called Sweet Style Chicago.
Oh,
There
that
was
sounds
one-
delicious already.
Well, it's been closed for many years. There was one in South Jordan, like at the district, and then there was one in Draper. But I think a lot of Utahns didn't care for it. They didn't understand deep dish.
Yeah.
And it was pricey, but it was
Fucking
well worth the
peasants.
price. My brother and I would go there once a week to go get pizza. It was so good.
Yeah, that sounds delicious, dude.
But it's very, yeah. I don't know of any. If you guys know, please DM us. I love Chicago style pizza.
Yeah, yeah.
But as far as I'm concerned, I've looked quite a bit because I'm a pizza fanatic. None currently exist in Utah.
Yep. I just do mostly, you know, I'll do I got my points. Dude, I was like ordering Domino's and they kept messing up. My order kept getting here late, but it
Okay.
wasn't even that late. And they kept giving me free pizzas for like 3 times in a row. So, dude, I had like 6 free pizzas, bro. And you
Yeah.
gotta like redeem them, like, or else they'll like expire.
Yeah.
So I got like a couple, like a thin crust, Brooklyn style. I like the pan pizza. Dude, okay, here's the thing, Pizza Hut. Okay, you guys used to be so good for a
Facts.
pizza chain.
Facts.
When we were young, that the pepperonis, the
So
grease,
good,
everything
yeah.
tasted. The spiciness from the pepperoni would drip into, you know, the oil will drip into your tongue.
Dude, and I swear
You know?
their pan pizza had like seasonings in the crust.
Everything was so freaking good, you know?
Yeah.
And now, dude, I had Domino's. I had a pan pizza from Domino's, and that reminded me of old Pizza Hut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, damn, Pizza Hut fell off, bro.
You guys got out pizzaed.
You know? Fuck.
And that's their motto.
Like who? I don't know, dude. I have okay, the other guy, Papa John's. Come on, man. I tried his. They got a new Brooklyn style one from Papa John's. It wasn't that good. And what I hate about Papa John's are like, oh, I love their garlic sauce, their butter, garlic butter.
You can make that at home yourself.
Yeah, and that's all you're doing. You're just throwing a bunch of butter over the pizza. That's what's making it good. Like your pizza's not that good.
Well, I think now Domino's does that too. So Domino's is stepping their game up,
You
honestly.
know? And then they'll deliver in the middle of nowhere. You're trying to catch a fucking Mewtwo, but you're getting hungry. They got the hot spots. What do you order?
Hell
Host?
yeah.
You're battling a Mewtwo. Who else are you battling?
Traffic.
Crouton.
Crouton.
Yep.
Okay, and he's not talking about the salad. Okay, you freaking
Nope.
idiots.
Who else are we battling?
A couple Dragonites, you think?
Just one.
Just one?
Yeah. Couple Haunters.
Oh, maybe a Gengar with a Shadow Ball.
Shadow. Yeah. He's in the back waiting though.
Hey,
for his
Gengar's
opening.
doing scary face. You know what
Dude, and
I
I'm
mean?
Alakazam, so I got these motherfuckers lit.
So they did scary face. You can't escape. You know what I
No.
mean? Because he did.
He fucking licked me. Now I'm paralyzed.
You can't move. Dude, imagine if Pokemon Go or whatever, that's what happened. Ho's fucking paralyzed out in the park because he's fighting a fucking Gengar. He's
I
like,
was fighting the
he's
Now
like,
I'm fucking Stephen Hawking without the degrees
you know,
and that ugly ass face.
I didn't have a paralyzed heal or a full heal or a paralyzed cure berry. Come on, you know what I mean?
No revive potion or
You
anything.
know,
Fuck.
no full restore. You know what I
Fucking
mean?
kids think I'm just awful at freeze tag, always getting frozen.
He was the original fucking movie. You know what I mean? But he got hungry. He hit up Domino's on the hot spots. You know what I mean?
Yep, they delivered right to me.
Come feed me. You know what I mean? He just had to tap the pay like this. It was already, his wallet was already on there.
Yeah, do you remember they had the HeatWave? They kept promoting the HeatWave back in the day.
No, Domino's?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Yeah, it was either Domino's or Pizza. I want to say it was Domino's.
I just remember the Domino's dots.
Yeah, it was HeatWave. Like they're like, oh, our new HeatWave, because it was like their technology in the actual insulated box.
Inside of,
So
okay,
it's like,
yeah.
it's like we just pulled it out of the oven and they deliver it or whatever.
Yeah.
My dad always thought it was like a pizza, and I'm like, no, it's the
Your
box.
HeatWave pizza?
Yeah.
It's a fucking Eddie Guerrero? You know what I mean? Latino heat? Yeah, come on.
Latino heat.
He's like, what is a HeatWave?
Yeah. He thought it was a solar flare, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
So he goes to Domino's with me and my brother. And he just like puts his elbow on the counter. You know how Latinos are. And he just like, and so
he points at nothing that's something that's not even there.
yeah, he's pointing right behind the dude, but the menu's above the guy. And so the white kid was just, I'm assuming maybe he was slow because he was just kind of like lounging. He steps back, right? Just kind of like looks at my dad all wild because he was this, fucking Arab without his turban on. And my dad just points to nothing and goes, what is a heat wave? Even though he refused to understand that my brother and I knew what it was, but he didn't.
Oh, that's the worst when freaking Hispanic.
Latinos do, yeah.
Yeah, they're like,
they never trust their kids.
yeah, they're like, oh no, you're too stupid. I'm like, Dad, you've been dropping me off at the library every single day after school because you don't want to pay for a babysitter, you piece of shit. And you don't believe me when I tell you what a heat wave is?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, I just did my thing about the planets. Come on, man.
I'm printing fucking Dragon Ball Z pictures. Meanwhile, you're asking what a heat wave is. But
Dude.
have you ever had that experience with your parents where they
Dude,
just
that's
didn't
the
believe
fucking
you?
worst, dude. They're like, yeah, it's like you're like too dumb. Like, oh no, and then they ask, and then you're right, and they're like, oh,
Yeah, but they never acknowledge that
Yeah.
you were right. They're
Yeah.
just like, oh, let's get out of here.
yeah, oh yeah, this guy he must have been stupid.
Yeah.
You know, He doesn't-
Pendejo.
yeah. They blame it on the guy. It's like, bro,
Él no me entendió.
yeah, just no me entendió.
Hijo de puta.
Yeah, it's like, bro,
El mariconcito estaba ahí.
bitch,
contándote
who
los
you
pendejitos.
is? Están pendejitos. Yeah. Does that happen to you, Javi? You know?
I'm sure it has. At least in arguments.
Sure it has.
I don't remember.
I'm sure it has.
I'm 1,000% sure it has, but I have no recollection of it.
You know?
Nice.
So it might have happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you recall an experience or no?
When it was like,
Where you were like telling
Like a
them that they
specific
refused
well,
to
time.
dude,
you?
my mom, she would do my real mom, okay, my biological mom, and my biological mom, you know, because she was a mess. I'll tell you that. But she would always, because back then you didn't have Google Maps. You know what I mean? And she's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the Wasatch Front." You know what I mean? Fucking pulls up at the Wasatch Brewing Company like a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? I was like, "Hey, the fucking Wasatch is the mountains over there," you know? And then she's like, "Oh, how do I go in for the tour of the mountain?" You know what I mean? I'm like, "It's a fucking brewery," you know? And she's sitting there arguing. She calls 411 asking for directions. Let me use your phone. Let me use your phone, you know? And she would be so adamant. That's like, "No, this is the right place." And she would always do that. Dude, the four, do you remember that? Where you
Yeah.
call, is it 411?
411, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, "Hey, can I get the number for this?" And I was like, "Dude, it's this." You know what I mean? And nope, she would never believe me. And then she spent like, 20, 30 minutes, and I had already given her the answer.
Yeah.
And why
you
did
have
I
to
get a
sit-
new mom, Javi? You say? You see why I went over to Hobbies? You know?
Yeah, because you didn't want to be backhanded once
He
you're
was
like,
like,
I
"Come on,
told you."
man."
Yeah.
Jeez.
Speaking of Google Maps, do you remember MapQuest? Where the fuck is MapQuest now?
Oh yeah. Hey,
MapQuest was like the first Google Map.
that's what the Russians have right now, okay? Because they got rid of the regular maps.
That's why they're confused. Is like they think Ukraine is part of Russia.
That's why they can't attack Russia. You know, that's why they're losing. They're like, we got 400 and something thousand soldiers, and then they keep losing to like 2 soldiers. You know what I mean? Because they got MapQuest. The fucking idiots canceled the internet. Now they don't know how to travel. You know what I mean? And meanwhile, Ukraine, they got that Elon Musk. What was it one? Cybernet or some shit like that.
I don't know, but I think he bought like 9% of stakeholder of 9% of Twitter.
Oh yeah, because he wants to bring back Trump, you know.
Yeah.
But he put his Neuralink or some shit like that,
That's
or
what it is.
Starlink, some shit like that.
Sure.
He put it in Ukraine, so the Ukrainians got that. Fucking Vladimir, he's using faxes. You know what I mean? Come on, dude.
Yeah,
He's got the AOL.
They're outnumbered. What is it? 1 to 4,000. But
He's
they're
got
winning still.
net zero over
He's
there.
got the ROL, Russians online. You know what I mean?
They've got that Metro PCS. In
They're like, come on, dude. Come on, Vladimir. And then he's like, oh, I'm getting misinformation. I'm getting misinformation.
It's not
from
misinformation. It's late
from the
information.
lobby, you know? Come on, dude.
In the summer, we will update to Cricket Wireless.
It's like, dude, how much of an idiot you gotta be? It's like, I will kill you if you don't believe in me, but tell me if I can beat the Ukraine.
Yeah,
And then so you're telling him, don't be honest with me.
He's like, ask Jeeves.
Even Jeeves, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's disconnected.
Like, just surrender, please.
He's got the white flag, you know?
Yeah.
So come on, man. But that's it for, what was it? Pizza Day?
Deep dish pizza.
Deep dish
You
pizza.
know, shout out to Alice. She likes Chicago. She goes there sometimes. She gets deep dish pizza.
Yep.
And she gets deep where?
In
And
Magnolia.
pizza.
You know what I mean? Shout out to my, hey, come on, Hobby. You know, we're not talking about food anymore.
She's
you know?
civilized when it comes to eating. Okay.
Yeah, come on. Eating out, okay?
Hey,
Going down, a whole nother story.
You know, get a little bit of that ranch or that vinaigrette. What do you think, Gus?
It depends on the day.
You know?
Sometimes
that
it's
butter?
marinara.
Some of that truffle butter, you think so? You know? But what else do we got, Hobby?
let's do. We got plenty today. National Read a Roadmap Day.
Well, we
Yeah?
just talked
Look
about
at that.
map
Using
quests
your
and
fucking powers,
powers.
huh?
Yeah,
I just
Come
kind of
on,
went
man.
off of what you
Jimmy's
said. But
fucking
okay.
here. Oh, is this fucking here? The alopecia bandit? Come on, man.
fucking Phenomenal Hibaro. Healing powers.
You know, look at this, dude. What the fuck are you guys doing? You know what I mean?
Watching us use powers. Thanks for the 107
Geminis?
subscribers, by the way.
107, yeah. Come on, you guys keep subscribing, keep
Keep it
referring
going.
people. You know, I appreciate you guys.
If you want to
Yes.
be on the podcast, reach out.
You know, but maybe not a lot of people reach out, okay? You know, we're starting to get pretty booked. You know?
We are pretty booked. So we're looking forward to our guests later this month for sure.
But what was the thing again? Oh, map day?
Read a
Reading a
roadmap.
roadmap.
I mean, that's for fossils. You know what I mean? Come on,
Honestly, it kind of is.
man. You know?
I don't know of a person who uses. I mean, I guess I use a topographical map for like hunting, but
You have a compass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, man.
and a little whistle.
The Mexican whistle?
No, one that says, "I don't want a Me Too movement. Please come help me." Because that's what you're. If you're in the fucking woods, you need people to hear you.
So what does that whistle sound like, us?
I mean, you couldn't even pick it up here. Only dogs can hear it. Okay. So watch. I'll make the noise, but you're not gonna hear anything. Do you hear that?
No,
there
not
you
at
go.
all.
It's Joel
What?
Santana. You know what I mean?
Sonny, it's out there fucking barking like a mad dog.
Come on, Sonny.
But yeah,
You know, Pokemon, the Pokemon map, the town map, that's the only map I would know how to read
Yeah.
back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hobbies out there on fucking he take us to lunch, he's on Pokemon Go, you know?
The
Went
GTA
to-
map. I know how to read that
Oh,
one.
GTA map.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. That was... Yeah, because we didn't really have to read much maps, you know? So
No.
yeah, GTA, Pokemon. What else? What other map was there? Mario, maybe, huh? Remember that one? You go into the islands.
Oh, yeah,
Donkey
that's-
Kong.
But you didn't
Yep.
really get a map on
You
that.
go over
like,
the waterfall, you know?
Yeah.
What else? Call of
Magellan's-
Duty, right?
Magellan's map.
Magellan's?
Yep.
What other maps was there?
Columbus.
Oh, damn. Both of you guys at the same time, huh? Dora
Howard
the
again.
Explorer
Yeah.
and Diego. You know what I mean?
I'm the map.
Come
I'm
on,
the
man.
map.
Those guys were the fucking migrant caravan all the way from back then. They barely made it. You know what I mean?
Kratz Creatures
Ooh.
with Zabumafu.
Diablo.
Yep.
You know?
Diablo.
Who
Tropic
else?
Thunder.
Tropic Thunder. Oh, yeah. Give me the
Yep.
goddamn map.
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid 3. You know?
The first one for me.
What other maps was there? Famous maps, dude. We're forgetting famous maps. I think Pokemon, that's a pretty big famous map,
That
right?
is.
The Johto,
Dude,
Kanto.
What happened to the original globes? You know the one you would just spin in school?
Oh, those were so
That's
fun.
the first map.
That is true, huh?
Yep.
Dude, those were so fun. Remember, you would just spin it, see as fast.
Do you think that's why there's a lot of flat earthers now? Because you don't see too many globes out around?
That might contribute to the idea.
Because now they give them a square one. You know what I mean?
Dude.
Yeah.
So these fucking idiots think it's a flat Earth, and
They give them a flat piece of paper.
Yeah, they give them the paper and they just draw the Earth on it.
Oh, fucking
Like,
idiots.
look, this is why the Earth is flat, guys.
Fucking idiots. You know what I mean?
Kyrie, come on.
Now, we can't teach critical thinking to these fucking minors. You know what I mean?
No.
You want everybody to be like fucking Hobby? You know?
No, that's different. That's a whole different problem.
Critical.
You don't want to be punching kids in the head. You know what I mean?
Hey, it wasn't his parents, okay? It was fucking schools. He was
Yeah.
bullied.
Scoliosis, okay?
Yeah.
That's what they call it.
The Brachytherapia, you know, is that?
Richard Terabithia.
Terabithia, that
Yep.
was some happy.
What about Pan's Labyrinth?
Pan's Labyrinth is a good one.
Yeah,
The Chronicles of Narnia?
Yep, The Lion, the Witch, and the
and
Wardrobe.
Riddick.
What did he say?
The Chronicles of Riddick.
The Chronicles of Riddick, remember that one?
Yeah, I do.
You have to walk
With
around
J.J.
in the
Riddick
dark.
from the Orlando Magic, you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't play with Dwight Howard, you know what I mean?
Dude, the Marauders map from Harry Potter.
Ooh.
How could we forget that one? Mischief managed. Okay. Next holiday, Hobby.
Shout out to Maps, okay?
Let's do a National Flash Drive Day.
You know? And
For all you streakers out there, we've been
You
seeing
know?
an increase at sports venues. Maybe it's because for 2 years they weren't allowed to really go to a sporting event. How many people are we seeing now get tackled by security because they want to flash their drives down there?
exactly, you know?
I thought it was
Antonio Brown, what do you think he's doing? You know what I mean?
Streaking.
You don't think it's a flash drive is when people go to take clothes to flashers?
Oh yeah, like hey, it seems like you need to cover
Yeah.
up.
Hey. You know what I mean? There's kids around here.
Or
some
maybe that
clothes.
was, remember in school, Hobby, when we would take the bus and I would show my butt and stuff. I would stick it out the window and stuff like that out of the bus.
Mooning.
Yeah, somebody was trying to throw pants at you or something.
No, somebody threw a burger at the bus. You know?
yeah.
A $6 burger. Shout out to Carl Jr.
It was to put the beef between those two buns.
I was like Michael Jackson. Ow!
No, you were like the kids that Michael Jackson liked.
Hey, come on.
Come on.
You know?
Jackson 5.
That's what he said. Come on.
Come on, man.
You know, but yeah, so Flash, you know, they're driving and they're naked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're showing you their genitals. You know, they're sticking their penises out the window. What else are they doing? They, you know, they make eye contact with you through the one right here, you know? The
Yeah.
rear view mirror, and then they point it at their penis so they jerk off. So you can see somebody else jerk off, you know?
Those
Flash
are heroes, though.
drivers.
Social heroes.
Do you think you could do that, host?
No.
Why not?
No. Not for me, thank you.
You don't want to be a hero?
No.
Then a
No, but I'm just
hero
saying in general, like,
comes
if-
along.
You put your mirror over here at an angle where you can see your crotch, but somebody behind you.
How would you even know? Like,
That's what I'm trying to work on this with host.
Yeah,
okay,
listen, I fully understand the premise of your story.
No, yeah,
or
I
your
understand.
Situation.
Do you think it would
I don't
work?
want anything to do with
I'm
it.
not saying that you're gonna do anything with it. I'm saying, do you think we could get the angle to work?
Yeah, I think we could make it work.
So where a car behind us sees the mirror,
Yeah.
but instead of saying, you know,
Yeah.
sees the crotch.
Yeah, I guarantee we could easily make that happen if we wanted.
Maybe we can test it with Hobby. He's got CTE. He won't
Plus, we
forget.
got the Fiat Jeep.
Oh yeah, he'll
That'll
definitely
be-
see it in that. You
Yeah.
know, freaking.
What do you mean? That has the tiniest rear view, bro. You need a big rear view to see.
No,
We just want a sneak peek, okay? Not the full feature film.
But you
the
think
trailer.
that'll probably be cool? You don't think so?
I mean, I guess.
That would be cool.
What? You don't think so, Hobby? You
All
like,
these sexual
we
assault.
angle
You're right.
it, you know, we
'Cause that-
angle.
'cause
that
that-
would be a flash drive. You know, you angle it.
I guess you could get away with it with that new judge that's in there, right?
You
What's
put
her
a-
name?
I don't know.
Condoleezza Rice, okay? Show some respect, guys. But did you not ever try when you were a kid to like once you figured out how reflections work, that you would like align mirrors and stuff like that to see how far you
Yeah.
could take a reflection?
I just loved when you would bounce the light off the mirror.
And it would be like. What about you? Have you ever do any mirroring tricks?
No.
Yeah,
See?
smoking mirrors.
Come on, Hobby. He never did it. Dude, there was this mirror trick that I would do. I would get like a square. It was just like just a regular mirror. You know what I mean? For a face. You know, the one that, you know, if you have a significant other, they have in front for their makeup. And I would play this game. I would put it like right. We're gonna use Wholesome Magical Unicorn. So I would put it like this under my chin so I couldn't see my feet. So I could only see the sky. You know what I mean? And then I'd just stare at the sky and I would try to walk to whatever destination I was trying to get. Dude, that shit was fucking hard, okay?
I bet it was.
Looks like you were walking on the sky, you know? I felt like Jesus.
You wouldn't get like the sun in your eyes sometimes?
Huh? It depends on the angle, Hobby. That's what, you know, we've been trying to determine angles with Hobby.
It's called geometry.
Yeah, Hobby. So if you if you don't point it towards the sun, I'm not going to get it. But you could do that to sunbathe. People do that, huh?
Yeah.
They point, they put the thing.
Yep.
You could do that, Hose, you think?
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
I'll sunbathe this summer and show you guys what the result
With the
is.
mirror?
Yeah.
Dude, maybe we'll get like 6 mirrors in focus, you know? Try to do
Just fry myself up. Just get to the
Instead of
early stage of melanoma.
natural tanning beds.
Patent
pending. Dude, how about that? We walk in, we just line up the whole backyard with mirrors, dude, okay? Couple magnifying
Wait,
glasses.
here's the catch. It's a barbecue with bratwursts, right? So you get 2 bratwursts, 2 for 1. Yeah. You get a couple vertical bacon sandwiches. And we have bacon
Couple
sandwiches.
Polish dogs, you know?
All 100% beef.
Figgy pudding.
Plus Beefy's gonna be out there, you know? You think Plus Queefy might be out there?
No,
If he
it's not
feels like
March.
You know, but that would be pretty cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just, align all the mirrors,
Potato salad.
you know? The lawn, it'll be gone, you know what I mean? But everything else, everybody will be looking bronze, vitamin. Who's gonna catch COVID? You know what I mean?
Nobody.
Vitamin fucking D, you know?
There's so much of it. You're going to want to give vitamin D to someone else.
Shout out to Magnolia, okay? And Alice, okay? We miss you guys. Anything
We're
else,
not
dude?
wanting to give vitamin D to you, okay? I'm not. You can have a conversation with Host Squeaky. Host Squeaky if you want.
Squeaky.
Those squeaky.
Host Squeefy.
Yeah, come on, guys. But that's it for, what was it, Javi?
What the fuck was it?
Flash drive day. Come on, Javi, get your shit together. You know what I mean?
What did
Yeah.
I just say?
You can't even remember.
You stock the bodega a couple days and now you forget what you're doing.
But maybe we should do the flash drive challenge, We do like a bounce off a reflection to see how far we can make it.
Yeah, let's do it.
You know what I mean? That would be so cool, Hoss.
That would be.
Maybe I do the podcast all the way. I'm in the living room, and then somehow there's a mirror right
We
here.
have to bounce the mirrors so I can see your face right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like my reflection is right here, so it looks like I'm still next to you.
And we have to have a minimum of 5 mirrors to do this trick.
That would be so fun.
Dude, that's
cool.
just like the Mummy Returns or something.
Oh yeah, remember the moment?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
Where
it
they
knocks
do
in the
mirror
moon.
game, and then it lights up the whole fucking thing.
Dude, imagine the amount of bad luck we'd have if we broke one of those mirrors in here.
Dude, you get the little scarabs,
Yeah.
Fucking needles alive. Dude,
I'm
Hobby would be that
reconsidering
guy, You know what guy I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The guy that's like, he becomes a mummy's friend.
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember
the little bitch.
I
do remember that guy.
The
Guy was a little bitch.
he starts getting all the gold, and then he forgets the gold, and they take it.
The fucking Judas of the Mummy universe.
Yeah. And he's like praying because remember he pulls out the cross for the Catholic
Yeah.
community, and then he pulls out the Star of David. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He pulled
And the
out
mum-
all the stops and it didn't work.
The mummy it didn't kill Jews. Okay.
What did that teach us though?
So fuck Hitler.
No, it taught us.
Imhotep fucking didn't even kill the Jews, and you got Hitler out here trying to kill him? Come on, man.
What a sad sack of shit.
And you guys believe in Christ. Imhotep was the king of the Jews, okay? You fucking idiots.
What was you
Oh,
going to say?
yeah, what
Bobby?
were you going to say, Lenny?
I was just gonna mention that stunt he pulled, pulling out all the religious stuff, means no religion is real.
No, except for he did stop for the Jews. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know?
True religion.
Shout
Now
out to
with Gene
Dr.
Brown.
Fauci, okay? So what else we got, Javi?
Damn, bro. I'll give you 2 more. National Caramel Day.
So you say caramel, huh?
I think Javi can tell us about caramel, or you want to tell us
Yeah.
about
I
caramel?
think you can tell us about caramel.
Caramel, it's a cool song, Skin complexion caramel, brown eyes, 5'5", thick thighs. That's why I married her. That's
Hey,
Did he just
Valentine's
spit
Day
some
was a
bars
couple
right
months
here
ago.
from Cynthia?
Okay?
Did he just remember Valentine's?
Dude,
Huh?
he remembered Valentine's for
just barely 2 months late, but hey,
He's igniting the romance.
If we had a mirror right here, what do we see right now? Us?
We would see nothing but a big ass heart.
Beating out of Javi's chest,
Yep. Not beating off, beating out. Come on.
So what, Javi? Caramel, what else you got to say?
I mean, I feel like it's a geriatric community candy, but, you know, I don't know. How do you guys feel about it?
That's a butterscotch.
Butterscotch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't they use a lot of caramel? Isn't that basically caramel with more
Do you
sugar?
think maybe I should stop? I mean, you can tell us about caramel day, Hoss, or
So what about caramel do you want to know?
what do you want to know, Javi?
Isn't it Carmelo? I want to know everything. Tell me everything, Hoss.
Okay, well,
Why is there two pronunciations?
let's take a trip down memory lane in
Is
history.
it like north
Shout
or
out to
south?
Nos.
Caramel, okay, which originally comes from Egypt, from the duchess named Kara, last name Mel. One day, one of the pharaohs, I forget which pharaoh, I didn't really read up on
Will
the
Pharaoh.
Will Pharaoh. Pharaoh Monch was asking Caramel, to go ahead and make a dessert for him. So she goes, hey, he really loves bowls of sugar with ice cream and tiramisu. Let me go ahead and make some. Whip some up, right? It's Egypt. It's really hot outside. They're in the pyramids. The degrees is probably like 250 degrees, which is the melting point of sugar. She didn't know that because science really wasn't abundant back in that time. They worshiped cats at that point. She goes to the stovetop, pours in some sugar, starts mixing it. Cat, walking the shelf above it, tips over one of the milk jugs. She doesn't notice. As she turns around, the milk falls in. She just keeps stirring and stirring and stirring. Well, caramel, you're like, how is caramel sugar? Sugar is typically white or Caucasian for you PC folks. How does it turn brown? Well, when the sugar with the water or with the milk mixes, the sugar actually burns. So the burnt sugar is where you get the caramel color from. She keeps mixing, it gets sticky. She's really nervous, and she goes, let me try it. Goes ahead and dips her hand in it, but it's hot sugar. What happens? 3rd-degree burns on her hands. Now you know where mummies come from, all the bandages. She basically invented caramel and mummification process in one day.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Egyptians are touted as one of the most smart civilizations of all time. But anyway, she took it over to Pharaoh Monch. Pharaoh Monch tried it, and he goes, this is great caramel. To, you know, after her, but the fucking, what do they call the UK people? They call it caramel because they want to be extra fancy. Real pronunciation, history-wise, is caramel.
Caramel. Okay, Javi? So what did you learn?
I learned that Egyptians are the best. And that the accent made it sound like two different pronunciations.
What grade would you give him, Dr. Hoss?
I go with B minus.
B minus?
As long as
He
I
did
pass.
get like the 2 biggest points.
Yeah.
You passed.
That's
A
all
lot
that,
of
yeah.
missing details, but good enough to be a B minus.
Nice.
You know, he got the main parts. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
And also, this was before Moses liberated the Jews, tying it back to the previous holiday where we were talking about the Jews.
Yeah. Were we talking about the Jews? What the fuck were we talking about?
Yeah,
King of the
Imhotep.
Jews. King of the
Oh,
Jews.
Imhotep, yeah. The king of the Jews, you know?
Yep.
Dude, but how hard would it be to eat ice cream in freaking Egypt? You know what I mean?
Well, that's the point. It sucks because you have like a 5-minute
Fuck.
window, and you've seen how big those pyramids are.
Imagine taking it up to the king. He lives in the very fucking top.
Yeah, there you go. You basically brought him a bowl of milk and sugar.
God, dude.
She had to invent
Cinnamon
caramel to save
Toast
her
Crunch,
life.
basically, you know?
Yeah.
Dang, that would fucking suck, dude.
Shout out to my Egyptian friends.
Yeah, because, you know, Egypt, come on, go fuck yourselves. You know what I mean? We've talked about Egypt here many times. The most overrated culture, you know? In history, probably, right?
Probably.
What did they have? Pyramids, allegedly. They were mountains.
That or the Romans. Like, those
You know?
both are very overrated.
So what else did the Egypts do?
Cat-like statues, like with humanoids-like features. A sphinx.
It was half cat, half, what is it? Human,
Yep.
half...
Then they had dogs with human bodies.
Oh, and they put you on the scales. You know what I mean?
Yep. They invented a card game where a magician fights a blue dragon.
Oh, come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a white dragon, I should say,
Yeah.
with blue eyes.
And now, you know, you ask for one of those, what happens, Os? When
get banished to the-
Josqueefy asks, you know, when Josqueefy asks for a white dragon, what happened to me?
Should I tell him what the white dragon
I don't
is?
know. You,
Huh?
I don't
That's
think.
a
Maybe.
sexual act.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll hold
You should
back.
hold
I'm not
off
gonna
on
tell
that
you
one.
guys.
Yeah,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
what happened to me, I'll just tell you, you know? It was a messy situation. You know what I mean? I thought I got caramel on my eyes for a little bit, you
Yeah.
know?
Now, the Red Eyes Black Dragon
Hey, that's Alice.
involves
Alice,
the nosebleed and a black eye. You do the rest of the math, okay?
Alice could tell us about that one, but she's not here. You know what I mean? But come on,
goodness.
Egyptians. You know what I mean? We got mummies. They could build things. You know what I mean?
They invented cologne.
Cologne. And what did Cologne do? Christopher Cologne? What happened with Christopher Cologne, Javi?
He's dead
Well, he went where?
to the world.
To the Americas, because he was fleeing Egypt.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And then he raped and pillaged. You know what I mean?
Yep. And then he went back over to Germany to start Cologne, Germany, the new city.
And he
now,
pended-
guess what happened in Germany eventually, couple centuries later?
It rhymes with hollow, Javi.
Hollow tips.
Yep.
The hollow tips. You know what I mean? So come on, fuck Egypt. Nothing cool happens in Egypt. They haven't done anything cool since the pyramids.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of desert and 3 pyramids.
It's like, bro, you go visit to see the pyramids. You know what I mean? Look,
Yep.
Go freaking get the Oculus. Javi will let you borrow it. Go there. You know what I mean?
Aside from caramel, what's the last Egyptian dish you've had? You can't name one. You don't even know one.
That is true, huh? What do they even eat? Hummus, probably?
Yep.
That's not even theirs, huh?
Manna bread.
Oh, manna, huh? But that was all for the prophets and stuff like that, huh?
Yep.
Oh, it rained. Who was that guy? Moses, huh? That's the one?
Yep.
So you know about that, Javi? Have you ever had manna in the Catholic community, you think?
Mana? No, the only mana I know is the band.
Well,
You
that
know?
explains why they suck.
And I know hermanas and hermanos, right? And all other abuelitas,
And all other?
Forgotten family members.
But that's it for that day. You know what I mean? I don't even know what day. That one, I don't even know what day it was.
Caramel day, bro.
But give us the last day, because he said
The last day, since it wasn't very important, it's SAM, 2 A's, Day of Action.
What abbreviation is that?
Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
Oh, we had this one a while ago, remember?
Yeah, we
Last
did,
year,
yeah.
yeah.
I think
Last
I
year
asked-
in this
I
month?
think I asked the exact same question
Yeah.
too.
Sexual awareness.
I just don't know what the
Sexual
action
assault
part of
awareness
this is. Like,
month. Well, yeah,
Sexual-
technically inaction would be the best action, right?
that's what I thought. You know,
Yeah,
you don't
'cause
want
if
to
you're
act
not doing
upon.
any acting, you're also not assaulting anyone.
Exactly.
Assault is a verb. A verb requires you to do an action. If you do nothing, there's no assaulting. Be more lazy, people.
Yeah, you can't get assaulted. You know what I mean? How many times have we been assaulted, Hoss?
0.
The
only time I've assaulted someone is when they fucking bring me a dish that's fucking bland.
Yeah.
Put a little salt on that.
I did get assaulted once, I remember? In the Pathfinder.
Oh, yeah. I've been jumped, actually. But I say jumped instead of assault. I feel like it's a bit different.
Oh, when you got jumped?
Yeah.
I think Javi, he's been assaulted a couple times. Remember, Javi? Can you tell us back in the day?
Oh yeah. A lot of the times
Like
actually.
sexual assaults we're talking
sexually?
about. Javi.
No.
Oh, yeah. Mine's not sexual.
No,
Sorry.
no,
I've
no.
been jumped. That's
Maybe I
It's
shouldn't.
asexual, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put my toxic masculinity on this one.
You know what happened? A couple of thoughties back in the day. You know what I mean? Cynthia wasn't around. What were they trying to do to Mr. J48?
Dude, they were trying to touch my
You
my
can tell
J48. You know.
Is this a safe haven for Javi? You
This
think?
is a very safe haven. Just like all of the other members of our podcast.
Oh no!
audience
You know what I
members.
do? I will say.
This
Bro.
is what we're gonna do, Javi. Slow your tempo. You know what I mean? Maybe you think we should reenact this. You know what I
We
mean?
can
Because
reenact
that
it.
way we can get past the trauma. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So Javi, you're gonna be Mr. J48 pre-concussion, and Hos, he's going to be
Professor Sam.
Professor.
For obvious reasons, I am
He's
Professor
gonna be
Sam.
Yeah, Professor Sam, but Professor Sam is at the club with Javi, and he's liking Javi a little bit, and he's going to try to sexually abuse Javi.
I thought I was gonna be his therapist, so he could talk through it. That's what he was trying to explain to us.
No, because we're at the club, you're going to reenact so he can tell us what happened to...
I don't know what happened. That's why I can't reenact it.
Well, you're going to try to assault him.
We can try the therapy thing. You know,
You want to try the therapy
he's
thing
Dr.
first?
Host. Yeah, you know.
Okay. Well, he's not Dr. Host, he's Dr. Sam.
Whoa.
Dr. Sam.
Dr. Sam. Whoa.
So
underlying.
I've already done. Do you want to be my secretary?
You think Hosqueefy? You think I could be Hosqueefy?
You're an intern. You want to be also a therapist, doctor?
Well, I want to. Who would I be? You think?
Or could this be this could be a double patient session? I'm a very booked doctor, being a popular Dr. Sam, and I just
Oh, maybe this is sexual Sexual
like a group.
Attackers Anonymous
Yeah.
meeting.
That's
Sexual Attacker Anonymous meeting.
Gotcha. That's good.
So we're here. My name is Felipe. Feel Ipe, you know?
Felipe. And then we've got Mr. J48.
Mr. J48.
We have a bunch of other members, but we're ignoring them. They don't matter this episode.
We got Filomeno Guibaro.
Filomeno Guibaro is my right
Filomeno.
hand, my left hand person.
And Jimmy's just silent all the time.
Hey, Jimmy's peaceful. He's Zen master.
Well, that's what I'm
okay?
saying. Yeah.
That's why no one's ever going to get upset in these anonymous meetings. Because Jimmy is here.
Okay, so we're at the anonymous meeting, okay,
Yep.
Javi? For sexual assault, okay?
Yes.
All right, so Mr. J48, it is your turn in this circle, this powwow circle, to address your feelings of victimization and what had occurred to you many, many, many years ago. It might be difficult to relive this past moment, but it is crucial, incredibly crucial, to be able to recollect that memory so that eventually you can deal with the pain and move on from it emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, and physically. Will you please...
Will you tell Felipe to quiet down, please? It's giving me PTSD a little bit.
I understand you're also a victim, Felipe. But at this moment, it's not your fucking turn to speak, okay?
Yeah, sorry.
Maybe fewer things that would be terrible would happen to you less
I'm
if
gonna
you know how
count
to
to
be
10.
quiet. So. Okay, that's fast enough. You've reached 10. Please keep quiet while the other victim speaks. It'll eventually be your turn. Jesus. Okay.
So,
Mr. J48, please continue.
yeah, I was just walking to my class, minding my own business. I remember it was in B hall for biologists, you know, because that's the class I was headed to, my biology class. And all of a sudden, you know, I get like every girl that's passing by is grabbing my ass. And the last lady, I'm like, all right, enough is enough. After 10 people, I was like, okay, what is going on here, you know? And so I asked, like, who put you guys up to this? Who paid you to keep touching me inappropriately and reach for my mini J48, you know? And the lady's like, you know, it was an assignment given to us by Professor, I forgot, I can't even remember the name. I blacked out that situation, you know?
Say his name.
Well, we're going to go ahead and, I mean, if you can recollect the name, please for sure say it. But let's take a couple steps back, if you're okay with that, Mr. J40. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Just to clarify, you had mentioned that they groped your buttocks region initially. Then you proceeded to say my mini J48. So, do you refer to your buttocks as Mr. J48? Or do they also grope your front region?
They also groped my frontal nether regions.
Okay. Well, remember, I said this at the beginning. It is incredibly crucial for you to recollect the memory. If you're omitting portions of it, you're never going to recover.
I apologize. You know,
So-
it's hard to say in a group setting, and also just like in general. I can't really. It's difficult to get out and
I'm here for
express.
you,
You know?
Felipe.
I understand.
Thanks,
Hey,
Felipe. But my
Mr.
name
Felipe?
is Jay.
It's Mr. J48.
Man. But yeah. So
Now, Mr. J48, you had mentioned 10 females
10
had
females.
groped you.
Yes.
Did they all grope you both front and back, or just a mix of all?
It was a mix. You know, some of them whatever they could reach and find.
And they said that an adult, and what this is middle school, high school?
It was a high school.
High school.
First year. So what? 10th grade.
Okay. So an adult in a position of power in front of hundreds of vulnerable children put other children up to this sexual attack?
Yeah. And according to one of them, it was an assignment.
And this was the biology teacher, which I understand you don't know the name now, but next meeting I do have an assignment for you. You have to go back through your yearbook and find out who your biology teacher was so that you can come here and say the name of that biology teacher so you can again move on from it. And also you need to identify all 10 females. So do you think that's something you can do?
I can sure try and dig deep in my yearbook and my vault of paper.
We have a
And,
yearbook next to you, Mr. J48.
Where is it? Where is it, Felipe?
In the cabinet next to you to the right. There's a yearbook in there.
Felipe, that has been very helpful.
Felipe,
But Mr.
where?
J48, as you do research, if you would like to, we're
The
going
wood one.
to go ahead and proceed with Mr. Felipe's experiences.
Yeah. Felipe can go next while I look
You're
for
not gonna
my.
find it. You're dumb.
Mr. Felipe,
Thanks.
please
I
don't
found
insult
one.
these people here,
You
okay?
found one. You found the yearbook. Oh Lord.
Well, that's a
Found
very-
it. Let's see. I can't show the cameras because
No, don't show the cameras. This is confidential.
Oh, it was. Oh my God! I found her or him. I don't know what they identify as.
I told you.
You
Oh,
told us
God.
nothing.
Hard luck.
Shut up, Felipe.
We went to the same school.
This is not your moment, okay?
How come you didn't stop them, Felipe? If you went to the same school, if you knew about all of this, you know. You know what? Tell your story, Felipe, while I find these 10 other ladies.
So, I had a teacher, a biology teacher, and I told him that I was thinking about changing my name to a Squeefy. And he said, me and my girlfriends were there, and he said, there's this guy, he's also a student in this class, Hunter High School. And his name was Mr. J48.
You were a perpetrator.
He told me that catcalling is good for boys, but it's not good for girls for us. But for girls, it's okay to do these things to men, that they would like it. And he told us that Mr. J48 played soccer, and he told us to grab her.
I'm seeing now
grab
the scumbag of a professor that has advised you of this.
He told us to grab J48, and I was one of the people that grabbed him. And I knew where his little J48 was, because obviously I have one. So I grabbed it too. And a couple of the girls grabbed it too.
Was he wearing gray sweatpants?
They were black.
Okay. It's a little bit more concealed, but still pretty easy to find.
Oh, you could see it.
Yeah. What other attire was he wearing during that day? See if that would have added to the victimacy.
He was wearing a German national soccer team shirt.
Kind of wanted.
Schweinsteiger in the back.
Hefeweizen.
That's pretty specific. I do remember that day a little better now.
She was wearing a Hefeweizen shirt. Okay. This is all making sense. So I believe then you might owe Mr. J48 a sincere apology.
Well, it wasn't me.
Oh, I thought you said you participated.
The teacher told me it was an assignment or I would fail the class.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I can't
Squid
really
pro
blame
quo.
Felipe.
The
Quid
first
over
Squid
here.
Games.
Squid Games?
Yep, Squid Pro Quo. Have you heard of that?
I've been victimized?
You have been victimized. Mr. J48,
Look
do
at all
you
these
forgive?
perverts in here. Any one of these teachers could have done it, but it was this one right here.
That's the one that decided to fuck up.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
Is that really how
That was going nowhere.
I was gonna say.
There was no healing, only blaming.
Only blaming.
So you take away from that what you will.
I forgave Felipe.
Let's play the blame game.
I love you.
Whoa.
Oh, so who taught you?
Yeezy
Yeezy taught me.
And that's who the corporate was. Okay?
Yeah. Kanye was a teacher at Hunter High School.
Yeah.
Myth bust.
Yeah,
Oh,
that roleplay
man.
was kind of weird.
Yeah.
What happened, dude?
I don't know where it went, but that's okay.
You know, it's okay sometimes, you know.
Yeah. At least I'm not a perpetrator, okay?
Javi told us a little bit that he got touched. Did you really get touched, Javi, or you didn't get touched?
No.
Come on.
At least not by not by any teacher anyway.
No, by the students, Javi, by girl students.
Oh yeah. That would happen all the time actually.
Yeah, that never happened to you, host?
But like a female, or I mean, like a guy. I played sports with guys. You know how they smack each other in the butt. That's like not a big
Yeah.
deal at all. To me, but if I don't know you, that bothers me. But if I know you, whatever. I'm trying to think. I feel like it was like grazing, like not intentionally groping, but I could tell that it was an intentional,
Like a swipe.
yeah, like an intentional
meow.
brush.
They're
Yeah.
trying to fill up on you.
Fury swipes.
Yes. Or like when, you say hi and they like, if you like hug or kind of are talking face to face and they like feel your chest, even though you just met them.
Oh, yeah, like, oh, you look strong.
Yeah.
Django
stuff like that.
Unchained later,
Yeah, they
you know what I
feel
mean?
you up that way.
Yeah, one time a chick, she gave me, I barely was not even, like, really knew her, and she gave me, like, a hickey. She bit me on my neck. Dude, I was so pissed. I almost punched her in the face. Like, I just, like, felt the bite, and I was like... And it was a girl, left me a mark, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to mark
how do you
her
explain that,
territory.
you know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, when I got home, you know... Here's the thing. I'm trying to get adopted by Javi's mom, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You think she's gonna adopt me if I come home with a freaking hickey?
Well, if you see the hickey, eventually you're going to be coming home with some kids. She
You
doesn't
know?
want that.
She doesn't want
She's
that.
already adopting just one.
Yeah, she didn't want more niños and
She
niñas.
didn't want a Nino of the night over here.
You know? So, I got so mad.
Flavor of the week.
Yeah.
God, I was so angry when that happened.
Yeah.
I yelled at that chick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you thinking? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't even know you like that. Were you biting on me? You know what I mean?
You know, but it's crazy though. I mean, now real talk, right? There's some weird shit I see where women are like essentially doing worse than whatever any man could, but obviously they get away with it now because it's like a woman to a man. But had that been the other way around, bro, sheesh.
Yeah, I think it's the ideology of the fact that, like, generally speaking, we'd be bigger and stronger. So it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you're a puss. Why did you allow it to happen if you didn't want it to happen? It's like with mine, I just kind of brushed their hands aside and just, like, made it known, like, I don't know you. Don't touch me like that.
Well, even if you do know them, bro, like it's just like,
Oh, yeah, I mean, if it's unwarranted and shit, like, obviously, the ones I've dated, okay, cool, that's fine, but that's like an agreement, but, yeah.
Well, the story when, you know, that I told you in the Pathfinder when we were at the
Yeah.
movies,
Mhm.
and I was, knowingly, consensually, we're having sex, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the rubber on, and all of a sudden this lady wants me to come in her, you know? She rips it off. She's like,
Dude,
I want
that's
you to
I've
come in
never
me.
experienced that, thank God.
is
You know
that
what I mean?
rape?
Yeah.
That's rape right
So,
there,
you
bro.
know what I mean? So technically, did I like it still? You know,
Yeah,
but was
obvious.
it, but it, like
Yeah,
Bobby
but
said,
it-
was it the other way around?
Oh, yeah, it's a boundary that, like, shouldn't have been crossed. Yeah.
You know, because if I did it, I was like, I'm gonna come in you. You're gonna have my baby.
Yeah.
Like, imagine how aggressive that is from a guy.
And if she said no and you're like, nah, I'm still going
Yeah.
to. Yeah, it'd be terrible. So,
Like, yeah, and then like, oh well, you already got your DNA up in here, Poppy. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You're gonna be like Akon.
Let me scream grape real quick, you know?
So yeah, so that for me, which still, it's like, you know, it's not like it fucked me up, but that I just remember because it was like, dude, like we were still having sex and it was like normal, you know what I mean? But then it's like you said, it's like, God, it like kind of killed the vibe, you know what I mean? It's like,
Of course.
and I still try to go after, you know what I mean? And then she's like, no, do it again, you know? Then after I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take you home. I got the car. You want me to leave you here at the Redwood Theater, or you want me to take you home? Okay. I took her home. I was still a gentleman. Okay.
Yep. Where's toxic
Dang.
masculinity now? Nowhere to
Yeah,
be
I
found.
You know
still
what?
dropped her.
That's a good segue into our
Unsolved mystery.
unsolved mystery, you know?
Toxic masculinity.
Toxic
Or dropping
masculinity.
people off.
No, toxic femininity. What made you lose interest in your crush and why?
It's a good
Well, can you
question.
start with you, Javi?
I guess.
Before Cynthia, maybe your last crush or a
He's
crush that
like,
you can
"I
remember back
married
in
her."
school.
Well, no, Cynthia still does things to piss me off, you know. But, I think when you're trying to be too controlling, is what like bothers me the most. Like, oh, you can't talk to this person, you can't talk to that
Oh,
person.
that's annoying.
Yeah, dude. Like, yo, we're adults. Like, I don't know,
I don't like when you talk to him because I don't
Yeah.
like him.
That's a big one for
Yeah.
sure.
dude. Yeah,
I
that,
don't like how he is, and
that to me is like super childish, you know.
when you
but-
go do the podcast with these idiots, huh?
Yeah.
That's annoying. That's one that's pretty.
Well, it is because it's like they want a say in everything you do. Like if that's what they want to control, imagine what else they want to control. For me,
your condom use.
Hey,
say-
come on! I moved on past that, Hobby. Come on,
that
dude.
speaks from experience.
Sexual experience.
For me, one was like I get some people are emotional, but when you're overly emotional, that every day it becomes me having to comfort you because you just can't handle life. I guess emotionally, just incredibly emotionally weak.
Yeah.
Like the simplest things set you off, and you overthink. Then people sometimes go through moments in life that's fine, but like if it's every day for a couple months, no, I'm not gonna deal with that. I'm not your keeper. I want to date you, not be your therapist. Which is why I did terrible in this fucking roleplay, okay?
Yeah, because I've talked to somebody like that, you know what I mean, before. That's like, because for me, dude, I got the heart of a, you know.
Emotionally
Plus
unstable.
queefy.
Maybe I'll say it that way. Emotionally unstable. And I'm not frowning upon if you have a disease or illness, whatever you want to call it.
Mental health.
Yeah, like there's a difference, but I'm just not here. I'm not built for it. Not for me. I'm not one who can deal with that.
Yeah, because a long time ago I was talking to this girl, you know what I mean? And she was kind of like that. She was, oh, you know, she would almost always talk to me, like, give me, like, worst case scenario of her life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is what's going to happen. And then this happens. This is going to happen. And I'm going to be kicked out. And then this is going to happen. And then my life's going to get ruined for everything. And me, I'm pretty caring. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, it's like, oh, somebody's like, something like that's happening to someone. Like, I get pretty emotional too, you know? So then I can get like, dude, well, I feel super bad for them. You know what I mean? I try to help them out. And then this chick was like, oh, well, you're too much. She told me that. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I'm like, you're here crying every single day. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And then I'm just trying to be like, dude, are you okay? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, it's like, bro, it's like, you're the one that's been like, I'm just like being normal, like asking how you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's that not like a victim mentality, but something of the sorts.
Some can be, yes.
You know what I mean?
They're just like, you're the victim no matter what. Because I'm like being like, hey, are you okay? Hey, do you need this? Like, just based off of what you're saying is so extreme that I'm like, oh, well, maybe this person does need help or something like that. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not dismissing mental health because I do know it's a thing. I get that.
For sure.
But to your point, I do think there are some people, because they see how those people are treated, oh, I kind of want that attention. It's like enabling for them to have, because, you know, when someone's in a tough spot, as you mentioned, I think most people do care. They don't want to like leave them out to, you know, to dry, like in a difficult position. So some people manipulate that kind of attention and just worst case scenario, and they see like the attention they get is addictive to them. And you know, it's a hard thing to, but I don't do it.
Yeah, so when they flipped it on me, like I was the one that was being too nice, like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? It's like, dude,
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of a fucking shitty
Was this
thing.
the crush you like you were actually dating, or you were interested in dating?
No,
but
we were
never
like
got to
talking
it?
and stuff like
Okay,
that. Yeah, but it was like always like something like you said, something's always going wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And regardless, like if it was like if I was attracted to her or not, like it would still be like something like, dude, or like, you know, can I help you? Because I'm like that in general.
Well, yeah,
you know what I mean?
you don't want a human to go through that if they don't have to, but
So yeah, so that was like that one was like, dude, what the fuck, you know? So that's like I was like, oh, okay, dude, I'm not gonna.
yeah, just imagine being someone around someone who's always having a bad day. Oh, I'm having a bad day. It's the worst day.
Yeah, like
you know,
everything, like nothing ever goes right, dude. That's like, that's
if
also.
you say the worst day ever for 3 months in a row, you might be the problem.
You have the
Yeah,
shittiest
'cause
life
it's just your
ever.
attitude, right? Your mindset,
Yeah.
never gonna change.
Like
know?
you still, yeah, I won't get into that then. But yes, you're probably the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a good one. I think one that you had said too. God, maybe it was for Valentine's or what's like when you want to play the games. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna message you. I'm not gonna message you. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna pretend I want to hang out with you. And like, oh no, I'm not gonna do that. Like, dude, that thing is like.
Yeah,
it's
and
exhausting.
People like, oh, people get busy. Yeah, I
you gotta
understand
court me or whatever, bro.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't want a response immediately. I don't need a response immediately, but I know you're on your phone constantly. If you're gonna be texting me a week after, oh, sorry, you were busy for a whole fucking week. You didn't have 5 minutes to give me a response when I'm asking you out, because that's happened before. And I've said stuff like that, or before I'm like, oh, what are you doing? You know, oh, I'm going to the hospital, and they go, why? Because I'm the one carrying this conversation, and my back hurts.
Yeah.
Like very petty shit, but either way, like just to prove a point, because it like irritates me.
Yeah, because I was like, bro, it's like you got so many more things that you can do to not waste your time. You know what I mean? You're like, bro, that's a waste of time
And
you know what I
energy.
mean? Like, you're gonna be wasting how many months? You know what I mean?
Chasing what? Someone who can't have a conversation?
So it's like that. It's like you're proactively like trying to get to know a person, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh well, bro. It's like I know you're on your phone all day, every day. You know what I mean? It's like, dude. Especially now, most people are like hooked on their phone.
Well, they're
You know what I
always
mean?
posting shit, and some of them, funny enough, are ones that post like, "Oh, you got to value the real ones who are always checking in on you and shit." It was like you're not even fucking responding to the people that are actually checking in on you.
Yeah. So that one's one of my pet peeves, or like, when they don't want to go do stuff. You know what I mean? It's like,
Or it's almost like a chore to get them to do anything.
yeah,
I see what you're
that
saying.
or like too. It's like if they don't find simple things entertaining, that's also like a turnoff. You know what I mean?
They always want like the most extravagant thing, and if it's not
yeah.
extravagant, they don't even want to bother doing anything.
Yeah. Oh no. So yeah, it's like, oh, let's go for a walk, then maybe let's grab some ice cream or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's
like,
go for a drive in the
we can have
canyon.
a conversation.
Mhm.
Yeah. So like, yeah. So if that's probably, I don't know, one of my other top ones. That's like, you can only be entertained if something else. Like, you're not even entertaining enough to have a conversation with me. Like, that's a turn off right there. You know what I mean?
yeah, holding a conversation too, dude. Like,
bro.
Yeah.
Like, I have to say everything. Yeah, there was like this super attractive girl, probably like 2 years ago, I was like talking to, and it was like that. Like, I hung out with her and stuff like that, and like I couldn't even like be like, okay, you trying to fuck or anything like that, because like she was just like wouldn't, like, super shy or something. You know what I mean? Just
or
like,
dry, just super dry answers that you like. I don't
just
know.
like, yeah,
Or maybe even not present. Like their mind is on something else all the
it's
time.
like, bro, you know what I mean? It's like, so don't come hang out with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're bugging me about it, and then it's like, then you're not gonna say a word.
Yeah. And those usually are people that are like, oh, people are always flaking on me. They're always bored. I don't know.
Yeah, like, that's a good one. It's, you know, it's like, learn how to talk about something, you know? That is the worst, bro.
It's a
when you have to
skill
carry
set.
the conversation, you
It
know?
is a skill set.
What about like not having a passion,
Oh, like hobbies,
like
and
or a
stuff
hobby
that?
or something? You know
Dude,
what I mean?
I think that is a good one,
Well,
bro.
That's a good one
because-
because then, like, what excites you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your life like about? You don't have not one thing that you're like, oh,
Didn't we just talk about this?
I think so because I was because I'm harsh on people that only. I get reality TV is a guilty pleasure. That doesn't bother me. But if that's the only thing you can talk about, I'm not gonna be around you. Because what am I gonna talk to? I don't watch it. I don't really dabble in it. And if that's the only, generally, the people who love it are the most dramatic people that there are.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if we were talking about it.
Maybe it's just when you and I were
here.
talking. I don't know if it was a podcast itself, but
Yeah, because that's like, for me, it's like, if the main thing now, I do like a lot of like art things and stuff like that. Like, I don't want somebody that I'm like their hobby. Does that make sense? I'm their hobby. I'm their activities. I'm like their fun.
oh, that's a good one.
I'm
Yeah.
the source of you doing anything. Like, I don't have that
yeah, like
energy.
you're
like,
100% reliant on them.
on
being
me,
your-
you know what I
yeah.
mean? So yeah, that's like the main thing for me too. Is like another one that's like, I don't want to be like, if I can see that I'm like the one that's like, oh, let's do this, let's do that, and I'm doing every single thing, and you're just like chilling, being boring, and like I have to take all of the time out of my hobbies and all the things that I do to like
Dude, just imagine if you were away for a weekend. What are they gonna do?
text you the whole time.
All
oh,
the time.
I miss
What are you
you.
doing? I miss you, babe.
I'm gonna
I wish you
call
were
you.
here. Yeah. Ugh.
So I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go missing. You know, now that I try to date people, that's usually what I tell them. Like, if we start dating, it's like, hey, you know what? I like to go missing, you know, and I'll tell them. It's like, maybe I'll tell you, hey, I'll give them a heads up and be like, hey, I'm gonna go missing for a little bit. You know what I mean? But I'll literally tell chicks like, hey, I'll go missing. I'm just gonna be like working on like music or stuff for the podcast, or you know what I mean. I'm gonna be making stuff like in the backyard or anything. It's like, and it's like, I won't be talking to other chicks, or I'll still be talking to you, but
Sure.
it's like I probably won't even talk to you. And I mean, both of you guys have seen that from me. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, I won't talk, or I think some people get weird with that too. On they'll try to talk to me. I'll talk on Snapchat. You try to message me on Instagram and stuff like that. I don't talk that much. You know what I mean? Some people like, oh, I talked to you on. I try to hit you up on Instagram and stuff like that. You didn't talk to me. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, I go missing talking to like you guys. You think I'm gonna? Come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you think I'm gonna get upset or anything like that? Like, oh, sorry, I didn't reply back to you. You know, like, so I'll
You
say
better
that
be sorry, you piece of shit.
since I know that could be triggering. I tell that up front to people. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you know what? Like, I'm not really into like texting and stuff all day and messaging and being on social media like that. You know, fucking on the phone everywhere we go, and oh, we're here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, so I'm not like that. So don't be surprised when we're like talking more continuously, and then all of a sudden I don't talk to you or go missing for a couple days. I just want time for me. You know?
Yeah.
Anything else, Javi?
I think that's it.
But that's important. Time for yourself. You know what I mean?
Well, it's always important because, I mean, we've said it before on multiple Wholesome. I think all four of us at some point have mentioned the importance of knowing, like, a part of yourself, if not the whole, because there's always like a self-discovery aspect of it, but you have to have something that you rely on that you like doing, a hobby. Music, arts, writing, anything, any art form. Hell, even honestly playing video games could be a good hobby if you don't abuse it. But you need something for you, because sometimes you're just going to be alone. Even if you're married, even if you're in a relationship, if you have 1,000 friends, at some point in your life throughout the days, you're going to be alone, or you're going to need to be alone, because if you don't know the thought process of being by yourself, then honestly, you're a human that doesn't have anything going for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, and we usually bring it up too when people ask us about like our personal relationship, and they're like, "Oh, well, you know, when you tell them, it's like sometimes that we hang out and we don't even talk to each other." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's like exactly what I mean. It's like, I don't have to talk to you to know that I care about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're comfortable. Your host is comfortable enough with himself to not feel weird that, hey, he's gonna come hang out, but he's working on some stuff. I'm working on stuff. We're still hanging out. You know what I mean? So he's not going to feel like, oh, I'm ignoring him or anything like that, because we're on the same page about that. You know what I mean? And I would say the same thing with Hobby. You know what I mean? Like with Hobby, if I don't talk to him or anything like that, or when Hobby needs me to pull up for something and I know that I have to be there, I'm going to show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's too early and he's calling me and I don't want to pick up, I'm not going to pick up. He's not going to get butthurt. Are you gonna get butthurt, Hobby?
Did I even call you?
No, I'm not talking about moving. I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah. But like, for example, like, yeah, you showed up like what, like later, but
yeah,
I wasn't like, oh, why the fuck weren't you here when I, you know?
Yeah. You know, but it's pretty. At least with my, my close friends like that, it's never like I'll have any issues, because we're always like on the same page about like our boundaries and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like so much easier to be friends. You know what I mean? To have like relationships when you know your boundaries and like what you stand for.
Well, it just shows like healthy relationships. Like, you need time for yourself. You don't need to be, like you said, talking to people 24/7 for them to know that, oh, I care about you, or you're like, I need to make time for you in my life or whatever. But like, sometimes we went how long, like months without talking.
Yeah.
Before, like, possibly even a year before. And it was like, you just catch up like nothing happened, like, oh.
It's about the quality of time, and then just knowing.
Exactly.
Like if you really needed him or he needed you, you guys knew if you called.
Yeah, we'd
you
be
guys
there.
were like, oh, I'll be there.
A little late, but we'd be there,
Because we didn't talk for what, like 3-4 years?
Yeah, but we would see ourselves like if it was something important, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
If it was something, we would, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when ABD the Butcher, they took out one of his iron lungs.
Yeah. Yeah. We were at the hospital
each other, right?
for 6 hours, literally roasting him in front of the nurses, and the nurses are like, "Oh, we don't know if this is the best treatment for him."
You guys are making him laugh while he only has half a lung.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I wasn't like, oh, how come you haven't talked to me, host? Or like,
yeah,
oh,
and I didn't think the same either. We saw each other, dabbed each other up, and just had
like
a good
normal,
time.
You know what I mean?
Because that's definitely like a weak mentality, So
yeah, so it's like, oh, this person does. Oh yeah, because people. Oh, this person doesn't. He doesn't even hit me up anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most of the time, I'm never gonna.
Everybody's working. Everybody's doing their own thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's super weird that you need that time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That just like shows that you're not, like you said, confident in yourself or what you're doing. That you just need approval from somebody else. That to me is fucking weird.
I do get, like, I'll maybe it's a bit hypocritical. I think everybody's a hypocrite at some point. But, like, if I'm reaching out to you to, like, congratulate you on which you've never done this, but, like, hey, happy birthday, or congrats on the promotion or something.
Yeah, that is
and you
fucked
completely ignore, and not just, like, because I feel like I'm a very reasonable person, and maybe you missed the one, and it was, like, a crazy hectic week. I understand that. But now if we're reaching 3, 4, 5 times that has occurred, now I'm like, okay, this is a behavior, and I don't appreciate this behavior, because I would have taken the time at some point to reach out saying, hey, thanks, I appreciate it. Like, I appreciate the thought process behind it,
It takes 2 seconds to say thank you. You know what I mean?
It's not a full conversation. A simple acknowledgement of hey, I appreciate that you're thinking. That's enough for me. So,
yeah. But
bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, but that's a good one. And just being, on the same page with things,
Yeah.
It's like, I know what I suck at, and even when we make the podcast and stuff like that, like you guys talk to more people than I do with like Javi, talks to other people on DMs. You do too, you know what I mean? Talk to other people. And I know that's like you guys know that I already suck at doing that. You know what I mean? But you guys aren't like, oh, you're a piece of shit about it or anything like that. It's like, no, you guys just, it's a team thing. You guys just, you know what I mean?
We know our roles.
Yeah. So everybody's like good. Everybody, I don't know. I don't feel like here we put any of us down. You know what I mean? We all know what we do, and we're
They would
open.
disagree, but obviously they're jokes. But yes.
But everybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of us know each other pretty good. So, yeah, that's it. Turnoffs. What was the question, Harvey?
It was
Yeah, like-
what turned you off from a crush
Yeah,
or
that
whatever, something like that.
Or even whatever.
that or they're too snobby. You know, that's a good one. Like,
Oh
if they're-
I
what would it be
I,
like?
I might be physically attracted, but if I can figure out they're snobby, because I feel like you
dude,
figure it
a
out
turn
pretty
off for
fast.
me would be like if they're mean to like, if they're a piece of shit to waiters, dude.
Yeah,
That's even as friends, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, like even like people forget that eating out is a luxury, and I don't know, it's just weird to me that you would treat anybody like, oh hey, I need my water now, or
yeah.
you're late on this, da 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 da. Like I don't know.
Snobby, greedy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Greed is a big one, yeah.
People that don't care about other people. You know what I mean?
I mean, we've said it, obviously, this kind of ties into the podcast. Someone who can't take any jokes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've talked about dating a social justice warrior. That was not a good date. I won't say the story because it's in one of the episodes, so feel free to go back and check them out. I can't even tell you which one it was in. But I'm like, I said one of the mildest jokes. It was roughly mild, and they're like, "Oh no!" And like, so it stopped the conversation.
You mean an alopecia joke?
No.
Hey, don't make me slap him, okay?
Male ball. Never mind. I won't get into that one. But either way, it was a mild joke. They stopped it, and I could tell, like, they were hyper offended. And so I said, well, this is just kind of how I am. So I felt like I was being polite. I still paid for the sushi date and all of that. We talked for just a little bit, but I could tell she wasn't into me, and I inevitably was not into her after that point. There was no common ground.
Like Javi kind of mentioned with the waiters, like I guess that would also be a part of like being entitled. You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
you go someone that like feels entitled, like.
We talked about this when we were with Glocko and Lalo this weekend.
BnR Corner.
It being ignorant. I don't think we talked about it on the actual BnR Corner episode. When we were eating at the Purgatory before we recorded, like, I say a couple things, and I know inevitably I say such random things or very niche things that many people may not know. But if every joke is consistently flying over your head, I'm not going to have fun with you.
Yeah.
If I have to explain every joke, and I like explaining jokes that are obvious just because it's condescending, and I like condescension, but if you really are missing all the jokes, it's just not a good time for me.
You entitled piece of shit.
You got any other one, Javi?
We all have our wants and needs.
That or when they don't disrespect their family and shit, you know?
Well, like you completely
Yeah.
disregard them and like,
Yeah.
oh,
I've seen that.
Or
I've
like
seen
you
that.
go on a date, you know, maybe you pick them up and their grandma or their mom, they still live with their parents, and they just like brush them off and stuff like that. You're like, damn, bro.
Yeah. Or they don't like say hi when you bring them around friends or anything like that.
Oh,
That actually bothers me a
dude,
lot.
I hate when you're dating someone and they don't introduce you. Like, let's say you go to a party together
Oh yeah.
and they don't introduce you to their friends.
Yeah.
They're
It's
just
what, are you
like, hey
embarrassed of me?
guys. They're like, the fuck? So I'm not, how am I supposed to, you know what I
Interact
mean?
with them, yeah.
Oh,
Like, I know how to introduce myself,
Right.
but this is your territory, like, or this is your area. I don't want to, I don't know.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going? My name's Jose. My name's Jose. Like, you
Yeah.
got to do that
Mm-hmm.
instead of like, hey, this is blah, blah, blah. You know, this is host.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that, dude. Like, that's a fucking, Jesus
That's even just a
Christ.
cultural thing for us, because it's like you always introduce people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would hate that, dude. What?
It's kind of like when I've brought guests on, like my friends. Imagine I just pop in and wait for them to introduce, themselves to you guys.
You just come sit down.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, this is blank, this is him, blank, blank type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I hate that, dude. Maybe that is more of a Caucasian community kind of thing. Huh?
I don't know if it is. That's just been my experience, because I've never experienced that
I've
with any
seen
other.
some Hispanic people do that too.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
first generation born here, though,
Yeah,
huh? Or
pieces
second.
of shit.
Yeah. Come on, late talk, huh? Come on. You know what I mean?
No,
Did they introduce me? No, come on, no. Did
Funny
they
enough,
introduce me to the real Ruby? I had to say, hey, Ruby, I like you. You know what I mean?
I will say Fonzie does a great job at introducing me to the other two.
Yeah.
yeah.
I will say that. But come on,
Dang.
guys.
Yeah,
Well, I think it's time for some wholesome
Wholesome
advice.
Dude, I felt like we gave.
that was some wholesome advice.
I feel like
you
it
know,
was
but-
wholesome advice.
Funny enough, I think I was gonna say something like kind of in those regards, to just kind of be to So don't waste your time. You know what I mean? I guess that was don't waste your time like trying to look for somebody, but just your time in general. It's like, dude, you can waste your time just doing. Well, that would be like a good example. You know what I mean? It's like, just I'm waiting for this person to talk to me or waiting to do this, but I mean, just wasting your time in general. You know what I mean? I had been behind. I'd helped Hobby move with a couple of objects and stuff like that, but I had been getting behind. Like with my workouts, I finally caught up, but I was like, oh, okay, I'm just going to, do this for a couple of minutes, and then it's already been an hour. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm going to watch this video really quick on YouTube. Now it's been 2 hours. You know what I mean? It's like, and now I just wasted my bunch of time when I could have already gotten that out of the way or whatever errand or thing that I had to do. Like, instead of being like, oh, I'm going to do this. I guess there's like a lot of tiny things that are almost irrelevant, that are distractions that can take up a lot of our time, that are so small, but there's so many of them that we waste sometimes like a lot of our day doing those things instead of like doing like more time consuming
dedicating
things.
Time to other stuff.
Yeah, that's more fulfilling,
Yeah, that's funny. I mean, this won't be my wholesome advice. I'll actually provide my own. But to that point, that's smart. I've stopped. So I like watching basketball and football, and we record this. I miss a lot of games, but we talked about this. I actually don't miss the games. Like, I don't watch them. That's what I mean by missing it. But as far as me feeling like, I missed out, I don't. This is far more fulfilling than watching a game.
Yeah.
Same with like when I do timestamps and things. Like, it's fun to go back and watch the episode, and then I'm adding the comments in and making it easier for fans or for us to go back and watch any clips we want. And I usually don't watch movies. I mean, I never watch a ton of movies all the time anyways, but now I watch even less, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got anything to add to prioritizing time, Javier? How do you, now that you're a dad and a husband?
Yeah. Well, I think as I'm older now or whatever, and plus I'm a dad and a husband, like you do have to figure out, like I do find myself stopping myself a bunch of times, like, oh, I shouldn't be on my phone. I should be like doing this. You know what I mean? And especially now, like while moving, I kind of like, man, I just like, dude, I got so much shit done over this last week and a half. Of like, oh, I got to repair this. I got to put in a new sink. I got to do this.
That you have been putting off the whole time before?
That I was like, oh, we don't need or whatever. But now it's like, oh man, after 3 years, it's nice to see like change and like putting in the work and stuff,
Yeah, it feels good. It's fulfilling.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
So like to Jose's point is like, stop wasting time. Like, dude, and tomorrow's never promised, really. You know what I mean? Like maybe you just wake up dead. And you just don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. So, but you want to say your wholesome advice, host?
Yeah. And you mentioned something funny about, like, well, not funny. You mentioned something interesting about, what if you wake up dead? I heard it from Dre Rocca, but so shout out to him. I don't remember if he heard it from his mom or who he heard it from, but he mentioned something of maybe someone else's mom. Don't die, like, live to make sure that your tombstone doesn't read something of like, oh, he had so much potential, she had so much potential. Like, live out your potential, right? So for me, mine goes down to, I've been very open about doing art. You guys have seen some of my art on the podcast or on Instagram. Sometimes it has to be scary, I guess, and scary is a good sign because it means you're stepping out of your comfort zone and trying something new. Recently, for the past couple of weeks, I've been sharing with Jose that I've been getting like frustrated, and I've sometimes not giving up on the project, but in that moment shutting down, like, I lost my creativity. I have an artist block. So I have to find ways around it. And I'm like, oh, what if this doesn't turn out the way I want it to? So 2 parts, making sure that if it's scary, don't immediately back down or surrender, find a way around it, seek out some advice from other people. And then also taking time to step back and admire whatever it is you're doing, whether that be your own music, choreography, whatever it is you're creating or doing as your hobby. Take a moment to kind of appreciate whatever accolades you have, and just monitor your own growth. Because I've seen like a lot of change in how I'll tackle a project, and how, like right now, I'm like color theory is the thing I'm kind of tackling right now, and seeing how I'm putting colors together. So it's small stuff, but if you're scared, kind of a good sign. It means you're stepping out into unknown territory, and that is growth. And acknowledging your past like experiences and like what your work is, because if you never step back and admire even for just a little bit, you might regret it.
Yeah, and even with that, it's like you're saying sometimes you have like a writer's block or an art block or whatever. It's and you talk to somebody about it, and that helps. You know what I mean? Because it helps stimulate you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I had for the BnR Corner, we have a couple new, one new song that's beat that's coming out, and I didn't put it on that, but I had showed host. It's like, oh well, I've been kind of stuck, and I showed him this part of a sample that I had chopped. And the host was like, oh, well, what if you do it like this? And to me, like I had thought of so many different ways to do it. And I didn't even think about his way to do it. And then his way was actually like really simple. And I was overcomplicating everything. You know what I mean? So when you told me that, I was like, oh, dude, how stupid am I? I spent so many hours trying to do this differently when like your way that you told me, it's like, oh, it makes like perfect sense. It would be like so much easier to do, you know what I mean? But I was already, like you said, I had already blocked my mind because I was just like so
kind of
just like fixed into that one thing. You know what I mean? Like I got tunnel vision that I couldn't let any other thought or idea come to mind. But what were you gonna say, Javi?
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, you build your own trench and you kind of like you keep digging and digging, and then somebody throws you a rope and you're like, oh, dude, that was like the easiest thing. Like you just get it, like you said, tunnel vision or whatever.
Yeah, so that's that's the thing with with hosts and stuff, like when people ask, oh, do you guys disagree with stuff, or you know what I mean? It's just like it's not like you see it as disagreement. It's just like it opens your mind more. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay, I can see how this could make this like this. You know what I mean?
Well, you've done the same like on some of the art pieces, which you guys don't know because we don't openly discuss it. But there have been times where I've modified what I've been drawing or doing because of his suggestion. So.
Yeah, so you're just like Hobbies things. You're just getting out of like the tunnel vision, broadening your horizon again. It's like, oh, okay, get an input of like your own vision. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But what about the J48?
He already did his.
You already did his?
Yeah.
I thought he just went over mine.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, he just piggybacked.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
You know?
Sorry.
You forgot about Mr. Piggyback?
Yeah. It's been a while, okay?
I think mine would be like try to be okay with being by yourself and really understanding yourself. And then, but that doesn't mean you become only that version. There's always like, you're always going to experience growth, whether you want to or not. And, just kind of like figure yourself out. Like hopefully for the younger listeners, like just do what you like, figure out what you like, figure out like what kind of people you want around. And what kind of person you want to be, and then kind of like stick to that. But then the growth will come, like as long as you're a genuine person, growth will come and you'll learn and you'll adapt and you're gonna get stuff wrong, but that's okay because we all do, So I think that's my wholesome advice. Just stick to your guns and know yourself, and then once you know yourself, everybody else that's going to be in your life will follow. You know what I mean? Don't force anything. Because if you force a fart, you get shit. So,
but I was gonna say that's a great one because funny enough, like I think I can't remember who I was telling this. It was somebody that was younger, but almost when you're like you're maybe in your mid-20s or maybe 18 to mid-20s, like you're like sometimes life can be overwhelming. You know what I mean? You're like, oh man, I don't know what I want to do. Like. I want to do this, I want to do that. Like, am I living up to my expectations? But like Hobby said, it's like, it's scary to get to know yourself. You know what I mean? It's like, you have to take the time. You have to filter out like all the other distractions. Like Hobby said, like even your friendships and stuff like that you have going to like address who you are. And that could be really scary. Sometimes you can feel like, oh, I'm nobody in life.
Oh yeah,
you know what
like
I mean?
losing like your so-called friends.
Yeah.
People that you thought were friends, and then they'll do like some shady shit, or you find out that they did some shady shit behind your back, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? It hurts.
Yeah,
but you just got to keep it moving. Like you're gonna find other people, other friends.
And then the more that you find yourself, it's like the more satisfied you are as a person. You know what I mean? Then it's easier for you to give advice, to be there for other people. Like, but it's a struggle at first. You know what I mean? It's not like it's easy at first when.
Well, even when you're there, it's still hard. You know what I mean? Because you're still questioning yourself and your decisions and your thought process and everything.
So, and I can see that how people are like, we talked about like suicide and stuff like that. When like you have so many emotions. Like if you think about it, you're going from like being coddled like in school. You know what I mean? Till all of a sudden you're competing with everybody in the world.
Yeah.
Are you doing good? Some of your friends, they start doing better than you. You know what I mean? Some of your other friends don't, but it's like you're almost like gauging your success based off of like people who you knew. You know what I mean? And that can be like pretty stressful and stuff like that. You feel like, oh, I'm a piece of shit. I'm nothing. I don't have anything to live for. You know what I mean? But you're just like, you feel like that because you don't know yourself. You know what I mean? And once you know yourself, it's like, okay, now I know myself. This is what I can work on. This is what I can
know
do
what you
to
bring
be
to
better.
the table and what you need to do. Mm-hmm. Funny enough, I mean, I know we've mentioned introverts. So I guess I'll, again, shamelessly plug the BnR Corner. It's going to be a bit more relaxed. It's going to be us kind of out and about. I did that a couple times literally this weekend. So obviously we talked about going to that concert, get together, whatever you want to call it. Then I ended up going to DJ Bad Boy Brian's house. Shout out to him.
Shout out to the bad boy.
Shout out to Angel for the invite and Will Wonder.
LLA,
the bald chopping one? It up. Yep. I didn't care for the WrestleMania, to be fair. It was just 3 hours because I guess they split it up in 2 days. But it was fun to just kind of chop it up with a new group of guys. Just enjoy time. I imagine the other three enjoyed it too. Just being guys,
watching more guys.
Beat
up other
with
guys.
Less clothes, being all sweaty and
rubbing up all each other.
There was a 4-way tag team female match. That was definitely a sight for
couple of Trish Stratuses, huh? Bumping into each other.
Yeah, there was melanin. There was all sorts of rainbow colors. Not that kind of flag, just females of different colors. But so it was interesting because I mean I will say I was tired afterwards because that's normally not what I do.
Yeah.
But back to the fulfillment, right? Don't replace immediate Do not replace fulfillment with immediate happiness. That should have been my fucking advice.
Next time
you get 3 from me this time.
A lot of advice. We gave good wholesome advice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the last half hour. But
but we're gonna do the BnR Corner. It's gonna be cool.
Again, dropping this Sunday. Check out
casual,
chill vibes, very casual. Javi and Alice will join us in our adventures as well. We'll meet strangers. We'll go to events. We'll go to restaurants. Whatever the case may be, it's gonna be really fun and a unique experience, literally for all 4 of us.
Yeah. So when you guys want to, you guys are going too crazy. You know what I mean? We're not gonna go. You think we're gonna go crazy on the Lord's Day?
No, absolutely not.
We respect like Jimmy.
We're taking back Sunday. Okay. A band took it back supposedly from the Sabbath, from the Lord. We're taking it back from them.
But that's it. So we'll see you there. You know what I mean?
Like, subscribe, comment. Thank you for tuning in. Again, we greatly appreciate it. Send us your insights back to the comment of other people having different perspective. That's why we started BnR Corner. That's why we do some of the things we do. We listen to our fans. We, again, appreciate the support that you guys have always provided us. Again, holding this little bundle of joy, it is Jeb the Gemini.
Oh, and one thing, can we tell them about Wednesday? What's going to happen on Wednesday?
Oh, shout out.
Before we forget,
he's going to be dropping an episode. We had a lot of fun. All 4 of us were there. Thankfully, none of us was sick. None of us had something going on.
Well, Alice was, but that's why she wasn't here, Will. So you might want to get checked, okay?
But great episode with Will Wonder. Yeah, we had fun. So we imagine he did. If he didn't, fuck you, Will Wonder. I'm sure you did have fun.
So thanks for inviting us. You know what I mean?
Shout out to you.
Because people, they get scared of us. Some other people.
A lot of people are scared of us.
So I appreciate it. But check them out on Wednesday. So Tuesday, and then tomorrow, you guys can watch Will Wonder. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So.
But
for that,
it was Jeb the Gemini.
Jeb the Gemini. Holding Jeb the Gemini, it is the Butter Pecan.
Puerto Rican.
Host, next to me, the
the Zen Master.
The peaceful protester, Jimmy Tatsumaki. Next to him,
Jimmy,
we have the healer himself.
The caretaker.
Filomeno
El Jíbaro. Beneath
him,
both of them,
we have the person manning the chats.
Yeah. Maybe you kicked a couple people out,
Yeah. Larry the Winter Soldier.
Larry the Winter Soldier.
And then next, above and next to them, you got your king is back. Masculinity is making a comeback. Host Beefy.
666.
And next to me, I got my girl Jen, the Gemini. Okay, and then I'll pass it off over to
The
who do you got,
corner.
Javi?
I got Sex Machina right here.
Sex Machina.
Sex
Full working
Machina.
prototype.
Full working. Look at this.
She's bobbing.
Hey.
It just be bobbing, you know?
The chicken.
Head.
Chicken.
But next to the Sex Machina, you know what I mean?
The Omega from the bodega.
Mr.
Mr. J48
J48
himself. Javi.
Javi.
And
Viva Cristo.
Viva Cristo Rey.
Hey, una vez más.
Iradekimasu. Let's
Thank
go.
you.